All right. Hello, hello. Tis another D&D night. Had a little bit of a late start, technical issues, as we love to see it happen, but we are here now and a little late. Also, for those of you celebrating the thankies misgivings, enjoy the holiday. Um, Best wishes to you and yours, and potentially good foods. And let's see. Yeah, so pretty much we're gonna get started here super quick because we had to start a little bit later. Um, yeah, welcome, welcome. Hello. So we're gonna get started. All right, who would like to do a recap for an inspiration that you totally won't even need? Because nothing bad could possibly happen.
Yeah, we saved the day.
The buildings
I
are
believe it
falling.
ended with the sun setting and us walking off into the distance with our arms wrapped around each other's shoulders, agreeing that we're going
That's
home.
not the ending I remember. I remember the building falling down and Jin just leaving us with her new plant girlfriend. That's what I remember it ending at.
Oh, well then maybe you should recap.
Max's recaps are always very suspicious.
Yeah, we were back in that room beyond the room with the tables with the keys, which we never ended up doing because the whole building started coming down. And what did we do that made the building start falling apart?
Did you guys push that big red button?
Well, no, we
did.
Price and Kaido went back to push the button in what looked like a lava pool, and it drained the lava. Price managed to get the ruby out of there.
Oh, hey.
Burned himself doing it. Then we came back, and you guys got the chests out of that what was a lava pool. And after you got it, I think that's what started making the building fall down. So we left with the chest. I think Monty was carrying it. And then we managed to get out in time. We all had high enough deck saves that we didn't like get trampled or crushed by debris. And then Jin basically said, "Bye, suckers," and left with her new girlfriend. And then session ended. But before that, I know we were in that room with the tables that needed keys. We found 4 keys, but one of the keys was for the door and not for the tables, and we never did find the other key. And we also didn't get to check and figure out what that big crystal thing exactly was because the building was falling down.
Dang, sounds like that was not a good session for me to miss.
But yeah, we Tower of Ganon did the castle, and it's now crumbles.
Oh no.
All because we took a chest. We don't even know what's in the chest yet. We haven't gotten it open yet.
Well, put your daggers down. I will help you this week.
I don't have daggers. Thank you.
Talking to the group.
That's one Max you need to tell.
Oh, the person who's been doing that left the group. She's not part of it anymore.
What else happened before that? I know the flower lady ended up giving a flower to Kaido, which is on his vest, and she gave one to Price, which I don't know if he has it in his bag or if it got put on his shirt or something. What else happened? Price and I went in that northern room, which had bookshelves, but neither of us succeeded in our investigation of a desk, so we have no idea if there was anything in there. And then we get into the castle, so I don't remember anything else noteworthy happening. I think that was pretty much it.
Yep, you summed up everything in a 5-hour-long session.
I really don't remember anything else that happened.
Hey, June.
I can remember highlights here and there, and I can never remember them in order. But at least I remember a little bit.
I remember the prize played with the dentist chair that we found, and he saw, I guess, kind of like not necessarily ghost, maybe hallucinations of what the chair is used for. There were lots of doors and hallways, and there was swimming, and then lava and
Oh, yeah,
contraptions.
Jen was a
and-
big seahorse at one point trying to bash the chest. But when we drained the lava, it also drained the water, right? Is that what happened? How did Jin get out of
yeah.
there? They swam down to get in there. How did they get out? I was distracted at that point because Rain kept fussing to go outside, so I don't remember how they got out. How did Jin get out of the water thing? Do you remember? Anybody? Oh,
I'm asking Val.
didn't the plant lady make plants for her to climb out with or something? Because Jin did like the wild bloom thing and made her like overgrow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's fine. Does anybody remember anything else? Price, maybe you're muted though. Price. Remember anything else? Price. Oh no, he did. He did as hell. The price wasn't right anymore.
As Juniper says, made her girlfriend 2x hotter for 365 days because of plant growth.
Yeah.
All right, well.
I remember I came up with that fantastic riddle, right? And I said, when is a key not a key? And then it was
There was a riddle.
what's his name? Montgomery said, when it's a jar, because he was thinking back to Ark and the riddles we used for the witches. And I was like, no, when it's a sword, because we plunged the sword into the platform to unlock that door.
Oh. That was a dagger. It was the crooked dagger thingy. That
Not the dagger one, the sword that was on the floor in the room that we came to. The
the one
went
with the
to
sword that
Imprint
got
next
picked up
jump.
and you put it in the pedestal. You didn't stab it. You just set it on the pedestal thing. I want to call
We
that a
stab it into
stabbing.
the pedestal like Ocarina of Time.
Does
And only the
Matt
hero can pick
have
it up
inspiration
again.
right now?
Let me open my character sheet. I do not. But I could sure use it.
Immediately.
Well, both of us have
Yeah.
the recap, so it's up to Cubed.
Let's whoever started.
Oh, yeah. It should go to Seiji. I thought you were saying you were full.
No, I don't have one. I know we both worked on the recap. All right, I clicked it. I have an inspo now.
Okay. All right. So, I suppose the question to present is where is the group wanting to head right now? Because we
we were
had them
gonna
walking
go
off.
back to town to be able to tell the guild lady about the place that we got kind of broke it, and also to see if she knew about something. And we were also going to open the chest to see what was in that. And I think Vald either was about to or was going to make sure it wasn't magicked or something so it doesn't blow up in our faces when we open it. I could be remembering that wrong. But I think that was the plan. We were going to go back to town and check in. Because we've been here for how many fucking days? And we were also
Ew.
going to introduce Monty to the headmistress and see if she wanted to hire him too or something, or have him work with us since he was sick joining the group.
All right, so
That sounds about right. Let me see what Bob was trying to do.
So let's get them a different splash screen.
He does not recall. So he was
Perfect.
just making his way out. That's all.
All right. So there's at least a little bit of travel time between point A and point B. Because you guys had just left, you were heading out. The heroic scene left in your wake, newfound knowledge and strength upon departure of this
And new friends.
who
Yeah.
promptly left.
No, we got Monty still. They're just AFK today.
Yeah,
or
true,
MIA.
mine. New
Yeah,
allies. And yeah, so you gotta do a little bit of walking, but at least, like at this point, you have that moment of reprieve where you're not concerned about being stuck in claustrophobic rooms or worrying about ghosts attacking you or unusual things happening in a house that don't make sense, or traps, or annoying and overly complicated puzzles, or anything like that. You're just back out in the simplicity of the wilderness.
The way you're describing this is making me feel like this is not the actual outside and we're still inside and you're freaking me out, man.
That's okay.
That's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
And
I'm
since you guys are
Max.
heading back to town, like I said, it's gonna be a couple days to get back, back to Delruth. And we're gonna start this session off with somebody rolling me a 9. Guess it. How do I round that down? Give me a D20.
Who?
Anybody. Cursed odd numbers. Holy crap. Breathe.
Sorry. Laughing too hard. I start coughing since my lungs get completely fucked. It's fine. I'm alive, I promise. Don't ever get pneumonia. It does permanent damage.
Let's see. So D20. 6, 1, 2,
Alright,
3,
I was
4,
laughing so
5,
hard because that was just the fucking 6.
Alright. So.
Oh, someone did see a dragon on the way out, but I think only that person did see it.
I saw a dragon on the way out. I remember that.
Yeah, I just
Ooh.
now remembered.
I thought
Juniper
maybe
got a
Bryce
20.
did too.
I don't
No?
remember. All I know is Kaido didn't see it because I rolled for shit.
Alright. So, as you have begun walking, heading back to town, you start to notice the ambient weather begins to drop, just temperature-wise. It starts getting colder. The wind starts to pick up. It's just like the weather is just becoming very, very active. Low pressure area, cold, low atmosphere, strong winds, arranged with thunderstorms, and the clouds start getting thicker and thicker to the point where like the sky is just darkened. There's definitely a storm rolling through. So the question is, do you guys want to push through it, hunker down?
Push it.
Well, how's everybody feeling? Everybody got full health? Can you guys hear me?
I mean, I can.
Oh, you can't hear me. I was actually answering.
Okay.
I'm like, why are you asking? Can you hear me? I'm answering.
Like,
you.
it's so quiet. Oh yeah, but everybody
I
got
was
full health?
saying, is it just getting colder, or is it like actively like sleeting, raining, snowing? Is it just cold?
Right now it's cold, but you get the feeling that a survival check might give you more information.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. I think I'm good at those. Hold on, let me look. I am good at those. Watch me fail anyway. Ah,
Ooh, hey.
So Kaito definitely knows without benefit of the doubt that there is a pretty hefty storm brewing, and it is coming your way.
can I tell how quickly? As in, do I know we should like find somewhere to bunker down right this second, or we have a couple hours?
So at this point, you probably got maybe a little bit of time, but like I said, it is picking up rapidly. So even 2 hours of heads up is really short.
All right, Kaito's gonna look at the others. Guys, this is a big storm coming. We need to hunker down sooner
You're a
rather than
big
later.
storm coming.
Your face is a big storm coming.
You know what? This reminds me of a quote from my dear auntie back home, back in the town of David. She used to say, you know, you need to get out there and take chances and make mistakes and get messy.
I think that's okay in a general sense, but this is a big storm. I really don't think we should travel in this.
Or what do you? What, we're just gonna sit down on the side of the
like-
road?
Big
Well,
storm,
no,
you're just
that's
talking,
not
like,
going to be
raining
good either. I
frogs?
said we need to find
Big
somewhere to
storm?
bunker down.
What was that, Val?
Raining frogs, big storm?
As in, the
Like,
temperature is
snowstorm.
dropping, and I have a feeling there's a bad snowstorm coming.
Well, here's the thing,
Ooh,
though.
snow.
Hurricane-esque. Big.
Hurricane or snowstorm?
There's hurricane.
Oh, then Kaito
Huh.
would have said hurricane instead of snowstorm. I assume with the 22, he would know the difference. You just said it got cold to my brain with the snowstorm.
All right.
Snowcane?
I'm pretty sure none of us should be walking around in a hurricane.
Sharknado?
How about hurricane adjacent? Is that better?
A blizzard.
I mean,
Or a blizzard?
do we have the supplies to safely sit out a hurricane?
I don't know. Have you guys been consuming rations for all these days you've been hanging out?
0. Still got all of them.
Yep. I've just been
And you
eating
kept
turkey.
looting every bit of food you found, Max.
I used everybody's rations but my own.
I still have my rations for some.
Think about every time I was like, "Has anybody got something to eat? Beef jerky?"
That's where all my jerky went.
Yeah, you
It
kept feeding
is.
it to Max. And to that kitten. And to the raptor. You just were handing jerky out like candy.
Oh yeah,
I got more jerky after the raptors, and the kitten has not been eating any of the jerky.
I know you gave a lot to Max.
Probably.
Every day he was like, man, I'm hungry. Well, here, have a piece of jerky. You're like the grandma with the butterscotch in your pocket. Here, have a piece of jerky.
It's the changeling grandma version of candy. Dried meats.
Just have it wrapped in like a gold foil wrapper. It'll give the same feeling.
Right? Jerky Rocher.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
so I also rolled. Well, I rolled a 16 on survival. Would that be enough to tell me whether or not there are some forageables nearby?
16, yeah. You can forage some berries and stuff, but it might take you a
Okay.
while. And you also realize you don't, is probably as Kaito would have stated, you don't really have a lot of time. So if you
Okay.
forage, then you're gonna have to do it real quick, and you're gonna have to be very precise.
Well, I will forage as much as I safely can within the time I have before things get crazy.
Is there
So long as,
anywhere we can
Oh.
tuck in that we know of?
I mean, we're in the trees, right? Or are we on a road?
We went off road to get here, but it all depends on how far we've traveled since everything.
So,
It'd still
Cube,
be off
where
road.
are we? Off road? Okay, so like in forests, or
Are we at the river again or no?
yeah, would you describe where we're at?
Well, right now you're just in the forest. Like I don't have a scene
Okay.
for you because you guys are
Oh,
still.
that's fine. But
Okay.
us bedding down in a forest is a far cry different from us in the middle of a meadow or a mountaintop or something. So, because if we're in a forest, we could quickly scavenge some broken branches and fronds of stuff and make a sort of shelter, right? Let's see. Oh, weird.
But
A
if
bunch
you're
of my tools became unidentified.
if you're foraging, then I would say you won't like if you're foraging because you can do either or. Like you can either try and put a shelter together or forage. You won't have time to do both as an
Well, I'm
individual.
talking to, but I'm talking about like to the rest of the team as I'm like,
Good night.
right?
And Kaito can work on some kind of shelter thing if that's what we need to do. If we don't see anywhere safe to go, he would know they would need to make something because he knows this is a really bad storm coming and they don't have much time. Am I muted again? No. Okay.
No, you're good.
No one
Yeah, I mean-
answered, so I was worried I was muted again.
If you want to look for shelter and then maybe the remaining crew can, or actually it's probably best if you like gather stuff to potentially make a shelter or close off like a doorway because you're like strong. And
I'm strong. I'm not actually strong. I'm like strong.
you're strong. Throwback. Don't make fun of me. Don't say like, okay. Sorry. We were, as an aside, see. Somebody had videos talking about the language development of like the 80s and Valley Girls, and I think it brought something back for me. Okay, so just kidding. Okay, so yeah, if you wanted to go gather branches and whatever, however you would want to do that, and then maybe our smaller and super mobile people can maybe try and find a place for us to bed down, like see if there's like a, I don't know, like a little cave or something.
Well, that's what I asked Cubed if I could see anything. I can roll a different thing if he wants me to see if I do or not.
So what are you trying to do? That's pretty much what I need to know.
Basically, want to see if there's anywhere nearby that is safe enough for us to hunker down in, or if we gotta like hustle bot and making something to hunker down in because he knows the storm is bad.
So that would be two separate checks for different bits of information. So if you're looking for some place to hunker down, that would be perception. If you're
Okay.
trying to start setting some shelter up, then that would be more of a survival.
He would do the perception thing first, and if he doesn't, then he would do the survival thing. Let me roll the perception for you. 16.
16.
And while Kaito is doing this, I'm going to cast a minor illusion to build a little tiny mini house structure.
So fast.
Why? Just
Well, with the
because you
16,
can.
you find a tiny mini structure. No.
Oh my
So
God.
with the 16, you notice that there is a, just looking around. I'm just trying to imagine how Kaido would be looking for shelter.
Well,
What
he would
are you
definitely be
doing?
looking at. He would probably be like surveying the area, trying to like look past any trees around them to see if there's like any mountainy or hillsides that might have like a hole in it, somewhere that would also be large enough for him because he's 8 foot fucking tall. He knew like a little badger hole is not gonna do it. You know what I mean? And if he doesn't see anything that would work, he knows he would have to then make something that would work for them to hunker down in.
What if the mole people have something around here?
We don't know that.
I don't know. Might.
And they were like
Did
on
you-
the other side of town, weren't they? We went north.
Do you
this
just
time.
assume mole people live everywhere? Wow.
Hey, I
making
didn't assume. I just said,
assumptions.
what if they do? If they have tunnels around here, those are probably going to be safe in a storm.
Wow.
know what I just noticed?
Yep. Yeah. Smart.
My drink's empty.
Do all humans live in villages? Wow.
But if you see a village, you're going to probably ask, I wonder if humans
Uh.
live here. If it looks like a human village. And if mole people live underground, then they could potentially be anywhere underground. Who's to say? What are you saying, Cube? Are you saying
I'm
that mole
saying-
people aren't strong enough to like
I'm s-
have tunnels where we are now? Huh?
I'm saying
Huh? You
I'm
think they're
saying
not
mole
capable?
people could be
Huh?
living in the village, huh? Yeah, huh? It could be a mole people
Okay,
village.
people, this is getting a little too saucy for me. Let's get back on task at
I'm just
hand.
saying, like, if you see a forest, are you going to say, oh, you wouldn't, would you assume that there's creatures in there, right?
I don't
In a
like to
forest?
assume anything. It makes an ass out of you
Okay.
and me.
I like
But
assuming
we have-
there are creatures
that's-
everywhere.
That's the thing. Is like, so you're saying there's no creatures in there? Like, there's absolutely no creatures. It's a forest.
None
Okay.
whatsoever.
There's a
Well,
possibility
alright.
there could be creatures in there.
We're pedaling
Maybe.
way too far, guys.
See
Reel
what
it
happens
back.
when you're spicy with us, Cube?
Oh my god, reel it back.
We can't control ourselves.
You need to
So
work
with
on
the
that.
16, you'd find a cave. Yep. A small
Okay.
opening covered in moss. And I was gonna say, for the assumption thing, you got price for that. Anyway,
He is the ass man.
So if we made
He's not actually here though, I don't
we would
think.
really approve.
Alright, so Kaido can see a cave, so he would look to the others. Alright, grab whatever you want to. There's a cave over there, we can try there.
and I would say looking for that probably took you a good half an hour or so.
Okay. So I'm sure probably it's got a lot of berries by now.
All the berries.
I don't know about all in half an hour, but a good fair chunk of berries.
About 3 rations worth of berries, nuts, like maybe like
Oh.
acorns and stuff. It just kind of forest things,
Just nuts enough for her.
mushrooms.
Question: does she know what a good mushroom is versus a bad mushroom?
Mm.
Okay.
Would that be another survival check? Oh, thank you.
Nah, I mean with the 16 is just you're fine.
You know, it won't kill us. That's good. So Kaido's gonna start heading that way. It's up to everyone else if they come with him or not. I guess he can't force anybody to follow.
If you tell me that you found a cave, I'm going
did.
to probably bring whatever stuff I foraged and maybe grab some like fallen branches to drag with me while I'm at it.
Anyone else coming along, or is Vaughn gonna live in his little illusion house?
Oh no, I'm coming on.
What's
Okay.
Max
I mean, it's a-
doing in price?
I mean, it's a caravan, right? So I figure we're bringing the whole conga line.
Yeah.
Also in
I'm just-
tow,
I'll just go pee in the corner.
well, let's not forget, also in tow would be, I believe it was 4 mimics and a ooze.
They were back at the wagon that was left by the river. If we didn't get back to the river, we're not where they are yet.
Well, it's been hours, so I figured.
Oh, it's been half an hour at least.
No,
but
that's we
he
were
said we're
traveling
still
for
in the
hours
forest.
before
We
did
didn't make it to
weather
the
check.
river. So I asked him, did we make it back to the river yet? And he said, no, you're still in the woods. So we have not gotten back to where the wagon is.
I thought you left the wagon just
Oh, we
outside
left
of
the wagon right
house.
outside. Yeah, there was like a
No,
thicket.
we
There
left
was
the
Oh,
wagon
oh.
by the
wires that
river
we had to
before
go
we went
through.
to the thicket to get to the
Yeah,
other side of it.
The thicket was
We
too
left them by
thick,
the
so we had to
river.
leave everything.
Because we didn't want to take him into the tree lines because that was too much for the wagon. So we
It was
left
a
them by the
4-minute
river.
walk from the brush that we walked through. that
Was
got
it a
back
4-minute
into the
walk? I
house.
remember I had to full
Yeah.
send
Like,
the
it
gnome
opens into
through
a
something.
graveyard.
You didn't have to full send the gnome like 3 miles.
He told me to
No,
full send
you
him.
launched that gnome. You just
You launched him over the brush and
I
stuff.
thought I recalled it was like 30 feet of thicket.
But
well, yeah,
at
but
least,
after that,
but we
it opened up
did
into the
leave the
graveyard.
wagon by the river, which is why I asked, did we make it back to the river? And you told me no.
That's what you
I
meant
don't
by that.
remember.
We didn't make it back to the river, which means we didn't get back to the wagon. Because the river was the last map we were on, and the thicket was no map land like we are now. But you said we didn't make it back to the river.
That's what you meant by that. I thought you were talking about something else. No, you would have been able to
No.
retrieve them.
Okay then. Fine, everything's fine. Everybody in the world's gonna die.
I mean,
Anywho,
you either die early a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
What if you started off as a villain?
and you
Then
get
you
to
have a chance for a
change
redemption
your
arc,
ways.
and
Yep,
then
get redempted.
live long enough to become the villain again because you're like, that was a big mistake.
Okay, so
it-
we
the
did
whole
get back to
point
the
is-
river where we left the wagon. So we have
you've
his
already-
mimics. We have whatever we had in the wagon, and I think Scooter did not stay with the wagon because the mimics did. That's why Scooter was in the briefcase. So we're past the river, right? But still in the woods.
Yeah, you've already left that whole area
Okay.
heading home.
That helps you like formulate where we are in my mind. I was thinking we were
figured
still
we
more
left
towards the
hours ago.
building because we never made it back to the. I promise I'm sane. Of the in variety.
What was that, Max?
Oh, I was just saying, I thought we had left like hours ago, and so like, there's no like, we're not gonna double back and go take shelter. We're like off in the woods, hours away from anything, really. Just headed towards town. And now we're bringing the gang to the cave, right?
Are you?
I thought we were.
So you're moving towards safety in cave.
At least we're hoping. Kaido, if no one objects, would go in first to make sure it's okay. After lighting a torch, because it's probably dark in there. Any objections?
Sounds
Party
good to me.
members? All right. So, lit up, torch in hand, Kaido would enter the cavern. Do I need to do another roll to see if it's okay?
Perception, I guess, because you're looking around.
Okay.
That would be perception.
13.
The caves goes pretty a little bit in. I guess the question is how far are you wanting to check this?
He would go in far enough where he would think it's logical to be far away enough from the entrance to not be affected by this coming storm. But he doesn't want to go in too deep without the others. He just wants to make sure that here is safe for the group, and he would probably also be listening to see if he hears any other animals in there.
All right. So to get far enough away from the entrance, you could definitely do that, as the cave does open up a little bit to be able to accommodate pretty much everybody. However, as far as that distance goes, it does continue further. So
All right.
you know that there's a lot more cave.
All right. He would go back to the entrance and say, okay, it's definitely deep enough for us to. There's a large enough area for us to rest at. It does go further. I didn't go further. It's up to you guys if you want to go further, but it's at least sufficient enough to wait out the storm. I would also suggest we keep somebody on guard at all times because I don't know if there's anything further back in the cave. That was Kaido speaking.
How long do you expect this stupid storm to last?
Storms can last anywhere from an hour to days. It all depends on how bad it is.
All right, use your great big brain. How long is this one gonna last?
I don't know. With the 22 roll, if I had a guess on how long it was going to last, or do I need to do another roll?
I mean, that would be a different role. Because at this point, you've been more concerned with finding shelter than...
All right, well, since
Sounds
shelter's
storm.
found, he's going to go back to the entrance. He's going to look out and see if he can tell how long this might last. So, yeah, he has no idea. It's just a 9.
I'd like to walk out right next to him, hands on hips, and be like, "Well, what's your assessment?"
He's just going to look at you, look out, look at you, look out. Like, long enough that we should definitely set up a camp.
Okay, so you have no idea. Cool.
I don't have no idea, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stick my finger in my mouth and swish it around a little bit, pop it out, and then I'm gonna point it as high as I can get it. And I'm just gonna feel in the wind and in my bones how long this storm's gonna last. Is that survival check?
Yes, sir.
This one's gonna be about 4 hours, and then we're good to go. So don't get too comfortable.
Right. I'm gonna laugh if it's actually 4 hours. He's gonna be like so fucking shocked. Kalia, do you need help setting up the camp or anything?
You guys look over and I'm just eating berries around a cold fire camp. I have some like fronds that are like leaning up against the thing, but like, well, I mean, if we're gonna stay, sure. Can make some fire.
And also, you would have gathered about 3 rations worth.
Berries that she's probably already inhaled 1 or 2 of.
Probably had
Just
Some
like-
various things. Berries, nuts.
I probably ate like a half ration while just walking around for sure. So I have 2.5 rations.
Wow. All right,
Hey,
Kaido will start working on setting up a campfire, I guess.
Inside the cave.
Probably closer to the entrance, but still far enough back to hopefully not be affected by the storm, just to get a little bit of heat in there because it's already gotten cold out.
And I'll start stacking some of the branches that we might have dragged with us toward the like around the entrance to the cave, just kind of low to help, maybe block any light showing from the campfire, but to still leave plenty of room at the top for smoke to go out and
Yeah.
yep, ventilation. Yep.
Do I need to roll anything, or can I just make the campfire?
Oh, you could just make a campfire.
Okay, good.
And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to kind of take a look around our area of the cave.
I'm gonna be right
Probably
back.
go a little bit further in, but again, not too far, because I don't want to lose track of the party.
So you go a little bit further in, and with a 24, I mean, as far as where you've gone, you don't really see anything that stands out. But like I said, this cave seems like it goes pretty
ways.
far.
Well, does it look like, I mean, on a 24, I'd probably be able to tell like when something had last come through here, or if it's been longer than like if it's been a very, very long time, or if it's been something possibly used by the, fauna of the area.
I think that would be a little more on the survival side, because that's like perception would just be like,
I'm gonna be
I
right back for a
see.
few more minutes. Rain just threw up.
Like I would say, like perception would be like just observing your immediate area, but determining like
I guess that would be more of like
Anything
a
else?
tracking thing. Okay.
yeah, because you're trying to
makes-
figure out like what's in here, or what could have come through here, or what are these footprints, or what's this on the wall, like hints of
The-
something being
The
there.
interpretation. of the meaning of what I'm seeing regarding something nearby or something.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. Well,
I
so
guess,
long
or
as there's-
technically an investigation, because that is delving into it, technically. Some skills are weird and
I'm back.
interchangeable in a lot of situations.
Good news is it
Well,
wasn't
if-
throw up.
oh, if it doesn't seem in,
chicken skin.
oh, that's gross. If it doesn't seem like anything, like if I don't see, whether or not I could identify them, if I don't actually see animals' footprints, I probably would investigate to see if I could figure out more about what might have happened. Yeah, it's a cave. I don't know if I get anything really from that on a 13.
You guys came through here. But beyond that, I
Alright.
mean, nothing other than like, tiny prey animal footprints,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Well, then I'll come back and just do what I can to help get the rest of camp ready.
All right. Also, where's Price? Oh, he's not muted. He's not muted.
Yep.
So, Price, what are you doing in all this?
He's alive.
I think as we would have been walking, especially leaving the like the remains of the haunted house, we'd be getting, this is just kind of retroactive, but he'd be going and hugging like rocks and trees and things like that, just taking big deep breaths now that we're outside and away from all that. But yeah, he's trying to help set up camp. Probably also keeping an eye outside if this storm's coming through. Just, being mindful of it, I guess. Making sure nothing else really follows us into this cave, also looking for shelter.
All right.
Am I the only one who went very mindful, very demure after he said being mindful of it?
What, huh? Who? Kind of mumbled for a sec there.
It's fine.
All right. So, seems like you've got your encampment set up for the most part, and you hunker down to the extent which, luckily, you just barely managed to get everything pulled into the cave and settled in before the brunt of the storm starts hitting. And just outside, you just hear the winds picking up and the trees rustling. The rain starts to roll in. You just from the inside out, you just see the rain just beating down on everything. The wind is causing trees to sway, and the creaking sound of trees straining against the wind. Probably even hear the sound of a couple trees getting knocked over in the process, as you hear just loud snapping sounds and then crashing somewhere nearby. And yeah, you get the feeling that this is a pretty nasty storm.
Told you so, Max.
Yeah, we equally agreed that this was going to be a bad storm. I didn't fight you on this.
Hey, Val, could
Yeah.
you check and see if there's any magic to this storm?
Yeah.
Thanks. Or if
Do you
there's any
think
magic.
the
in
storm is magical?
I mean, it could be.
You've never
Who
been
had ever heard of,
outside
like,
before? Sometimes
mean,
it rains.
Have you? Yeah, this is more than rain, though. This kind of extreme weather. Just curious if it's suspicious or not. Can't hurt to check, can it?
I mean, while he's at it, he can check the chest too.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go play with my kids. Also, we need a place to hunker down and sleep, and also some food to eat. If somebody could get on that.
He's gonna point to the
You already
berries.
made it clear that you have to.
Gather.
Well, I'm gonna be like, I got my rations for the night, so yeah, you go grab whatever you want. Go have fun.
All right, I'm gonna leave and go deeper into the cave, find my own food.
All right. I mean, detect magic doesn't pick
And I'm
anything up,
bringing my children with me.
which I don't know why it took me so long to realize that detect magic specifically says around any visible creature or object. I've been letting you use it as like a detection in the environment. It used to
Yeah,
work
that's
differently.
what-
Anyway,
That's what I
but
thought.
nothing picks up.
Within 30 feet of me, right? Like I can.
Yeah, but it
use it
specifically
30 feet away.
says a visible creature or object, so it's insinuating that you're targeting something as opposed to just looking out into nothing. I mean, just as
So, like,
written.
if there were objects that were 30 feet from you that you could see, like, let's say it was just like a fork on the ground, and then just randomly you see it, and you're like, wait a minute, this isn't just a normal fork, right? So it has an aura around the objects or creatures that are around you.
I kind of like the homebrew adaptation of being able to see it in the air. I just feel like that's given a lot of good environmental kind of fun to it. Because it's
Correct,
only
but it
ever
also-
been functionally helpful when it's been on an item. So it doesn't seem like it's been, broken used or anything.
Well, for a first level spell, how I've been letting you guys use it is very strong. Because it
Just a
takes
little
away
bit. Yeah.
like the mystery of like what could be going on in the environment. So instead of you guys actively engaging with a mechanic to figure it out, it's just, oh, I just flip switch. We know. But like I said, I've been like, oh, wait a minute. That's worded like that. I don't know why it took me so long to notice the specific wording of it.
Yeah, that's not even like a new change. That's the 2014 rules. Because it's the way it starts it off as misleading. It says, for the duration, you can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. And if you just full stop there, then it's like, oh, so I can just sense everything. But then it continues, if you sense magic this way, you have to use an action, and it lets you see faint aura around any visible creature or object. And you learn it's
Okay.
magic.
But either way, there's no magic, so. So Max is going hunting?
Yep. Me and my children are going inside this cave. And we're going to look for something to eat.
I have a feeling someone should go with him.
You can send Jerry.
Who the hell is Jerry?
Jerry Astrick.
What?
You forgot already. Anyway, never mind.
Yes, I did. Who's Jerry Hendrick? Oh, we never did find the pirate again, did we?
I mean, I never lost him.
Uh-huh. You're the only one who knows what happened to him. I failed every perception check.
Okay, so they're going into the cave. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. So you delve deeper into the cave, looking for food with you and your children. And let's see here. Yeah, so you definitely go through a few other like tunnels. And eventually it starts to begin to branch. Like it starts off as a singular path and it branches to like two different routes, and then it kind of branches more and more. But at least within the confines of the cave, you give me a perception check. It's a cold, boring, damp ass cave.
So I'm just like stomping around as loud as I can, arms like folded over my chest, just so bored. And I don't know. We'll just pick the middle one every time. Every time there's like a fork, we'll take the middle. If it's only two, we'll go left.
And I'd say eventually you would come across like some cave bats, some like rodents.
All right. How hard would it be to just hunt these and skewer them?
Just give me a survival.
All right. And then, of course, the mimics can do whatever they want. All right. That's a 3.
So you are not used to hunting.
No.
So when you see like a rat,
stealing.
yeah. So like if you see like a rodent or like some small prey animal, you're like trying to skewer it with the rapier, but you're just stomping around and making so much noise. And you probably even have to have like a torch out, so you're just alerting
Yeah.
everything. And like when a bat swoops down, you're like waving your torch at it, like trying to hit it with it, and it's just like there's just so many of them.
If that doesn't work, I just start throwing rocks. But I'm holding the torch in my right hand, so I have to throw with my bad hand, and so I miss all of them.
Which just startles like more and more like cave bats. And those of you at the entrance would hear like some kind of commotion going on further in. Probably a few bats would just panicked like flying out into the storm, which then you see them
Do
just
either of
immediately
you-
get caught in the wind and just like yeeted.
Oh. Do either of you want to go see what that is, or should I?
I'll go with you. If there is anything we need to worry about, having two of us go is probably good. How are you guys for hanging out by the fire?
Well, I got a feeling that, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Mhm.
but if Max finds anything, he's gonna run away and come straight back to us.
Yeah, that's generally true. I mean, unless something trapped him.
Mm-hmm. And those bats just took
And-
off.
And then how long do you think before they let him go?
I mean, hopefully they would let him go, but what if they didn't let him go? I mean, as you know,
No, I'll go.
charmingly-
You guys just wait here. And Kaido's gonna go while they're talking.
I'm gonna like look at Kaito and look back and be like, "We'll be right back. We're just gonna check," and I'm gonna jog after Kaito.
So you basically look for Max, right?
Yeah,
Yep, I'm
and we're
looking
just
for
gonna
Max.
listen for whatever fork in the tunnel it has the most noise coming from it. At least me, I am.
Well, with his survival of 3, you'd probably hear him throwing rocks at things, yelling at rats, screaming at bats.
Max? Kaido's gonna call down the hall. Cavern wall.
Hold
But not,
still,
like,
you
super
stupid
loud.
rat. And you just hear the sound of
Rat.
more rocks. We're trying
is
to
he hunting
eat you.
He's what? Alright, he's gonna move a little quicker. Just so we can see the hilarious that he's pretty sure that he's about to see.
This is gonna be good.
So when you come into the scene, it's a bunch of mimics with like their tongues hanging out and being completely useless. They're not attacking. They're just kind of sitting there waiting like little baby birds who need to be fed. I've got the torch clenched in my teeth right now, and I've got like 27 rocks in my arms, and I'm pushed it against myself, and I keep grabbing them, and I'm just throwing them. Every time a bat swoops, I'm throwing it at a bat. Every time I see like a rat dart, I'm throwing it across, and I've missed every single one so far.
Max, are you playing with them or are you actually trying to hunt them?
Oh, excuse me for being a baker and not a fucking huntsman. I know how to cook.
Why
I don't
didn't
know
you
how to.
ask for help?
I did. I was told to go get my own food, so here I am.
Who did you ask?
I'll say, like, to be fair, you didn't ask for help. You wanted us to just do it for you. That's different.
Uh huh.
And
How's
I
it
just
different?
spent a while gathering, so I figured you might want to get something that you wanted. I didn't know if you wanted berries, and you've been eating all of my jerky, so I thought, a little
You
bit of looking
offered
around
the
would do you good.
jerky.
I know. That's what I'm just saying. A little bit of looking around might do you good. But we're
Yeah,
here now.
it has done me good. And you know what? I'm starting
With
my
the
own camp.
23, Kaido's just gonna, while they're bickering back and forth, walk over to one of the rodents and just stomp it.
Also, while we're talking, I'm going to like just point at one of the bats as we're chatting, and I'm gonna attack it with my soul blade. Oops, wrong one.
There, problem solved.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you've noticed this. I don't fight things because I don't know how.
Well, maybe we could teach you.
Ugh,
Yeah.
I don't want to learn things either. That's my second.
Well, that's the problem.
I'm worse at learning than I am fighting.
Well, it seems like you're good at learning some things, so maybe it's just a matter of perspective.
All right, just put it to music. That's the only way I can learn.
That's not a bad idea. Although I don't know if you want me to try and sing.
Yeah, how
I'm a
bad can it
changeling.
be?
I'm a rogue, not a bard.
So, Kali, you should have other weapons in your inventory.
Oh, I do. That was supposed to be my soul blade dagger. I don't know why everything went unidentified.
Everything? I only see 2 things unidentified. On
In
my
my
end,
inventory.
I see your short sword, the +1 rapier, and 2 unidentified items.
I have unidentified. Well, the 2 things that I was using for soul blade, the dagger and rapier, are unidentified, and then all of my consumables are unidentified. Tools, unidentified flute, loot, unidentified
weird.
loot. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
Unidentified
something happened.
equipment, unidentified leather armor. The only things that are identified in my equipment are the ring of protection and the pendant that I got back from Plant Lady.
Yeah, some got wonky. Anyway, continue. I'll
Okay.
fix it.
So would 5 damage be enough to take out a bat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Identified equipment. Unidentified. That's weird.
So taking Max's request into consideration, I'm going to try and like sing a
She
really
doesn't
bad
have this
song about
anymore.
asking for help.
Mhm.
Like something along the lines of, it's like, and when you need something, all you got to do is ask for help. Do, 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 do. And that means you got to actually ask, say, hey, can you please help me with this? Do, 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 do. Ta-da! I'm just going to throw up my
Kali?
hands. I'm going to like kind of jazz hands toward the bats, be like, ta-da!
I'm gonna clap, and I know all the mimics really enjoyed it, and they're jumping up and down. I'm like, if they had hands, they'd be applauding too.
Kaido's just like very confused, looking like, what the
They're
hell? just
basically just
happened?"
furniture with mouth. They eat, and that's it.
I'm just going to like give a slight bow, like taking it at face value. Like,
That pendant, didn't it get given to the plant lady?
Yep.
I would have
Okay.
assumed I would have tried to get it back before we had left, but I wasn't here when you guys kind
Yeah.
of did all that. So,
They just left, and none of us thought about it.
I mean, I would have thought about it, but I wasn't
Well,
here.
taking it off could have killed her because she still needed it.
All right, fair. Yeah, all right.
Kind of makes you wonder, what are these bats and rats living off of?
I mean,
Anybody else have this bug?
probably bugs for each other.
No?
Yeah, what about water?
It's got to be somewhere in here.
Or they leave the cave for it, but right now there's a storm.
Hey, we're pretty far into the cave. I don't know. Plus, they
Price?
get
Well, they can
eaten by
also-
birds if they go outside.
But they can also get to areas that we probably can't reach. So, what they can find for water, we may or may not be able to find. We could probably look.
That's true. Where's Vald? He can find anything, and he can fit into
He's
small
back at
spaces
camp
really well.
because we just came to see what the heck you were doing.
Oh, I was
Which-
making a second camp.
You were making a second camp, trying to stab rats and bats.
Yep. And I was gonna skin them and then quilt their fur together to make a blanket.
You're gonna quilt the. You know what? I'm not even gonna repeat it. It's okay.
I mean, arts and crafts are very good for mental acuity.
Yeah, it's also good for beating out the cold. You've never slept with a rat skin blanket?
no.
I mean, personally not. It seems like a lot of work.
Well, it must be nice. La-ti-da. Some of us grew up poor, you know.
You're a
Means you've
baker. Why
made-
don't you just use your oven to keep warm?
Right? That's a good point. Well,
Wait,
how about
use my
this?
what?
You're
Your
a
oven.
baker. Your oven.
Oh, I don't have an oven on me. It's not
Well-
portable. But you know what I do have, and I'd like to reach into my cloak of many things.
Oh no.
How many
You know
more
the
pockets
drill.
do you have left?
I gotta click to see. 2.
Is it going to be a horse
All
or
right,
a
I've got
ladder?
2. All right.
Plenty of room for a horse and a ladder.
Ooh, no, this is something different.
Ooh.
What'd you
Ooh.
Ah,
10
28.
gems worth 100
Damn.
gold piece each.
So a 28.
Wow.
Oh wow. Those are pretty nice. Or those are in exchange for the help that I'm giving you to hunt these bats and rats?
What do you mean to help you're giving him?
1,000
I just
gold to
got-
help hunt for rats. Damn, you are the most
Yeah.
expensive
He
hunter.
got,
I give
he
her
got
1.
12 he got 1,200 gold. Like,
Don't tell
that's
anybody. They
actually
don't
real good.
know. They are unaware.
This is OOC. Everyone knows.
Nobody.
Let's
And now
say
you just
does
got
Price-
another 1,000 gold.
Does Price
Don't
walk
worry
up
about
and mumble that? Because that would be pretty funny.
All right, I'm up to 2,243 gold and gems.
Good lord.
I'm making bank on this adventure. All right, I'll just write it down as
Well, you're gonna need it because your rescue fee is gonna be pretty high.
Pretty high.
no. I'm gonna throw 1 to Kalia, and then I'll keep the other 9.
Like, hey, thanks. And I'll go ahead and zap another couple of bats for him.
All right, in items, I just put 9 gems worth 900 gold. That way, you don't have to do the DM thing of like, all right, now I gotta Google what gems are in this area. How could they possibly be worth this much? Are they different sizes? Are they different? I don't care. We just call it gems.
I mean,
Random assortment of
could-
shinies.
you can
Blue,
get
red,
like
green, and purple gems.
you can get a robo mastiffs.
Oh yeah, look at all the things I could have been getting, and then look at what I have been getting.
A pit, a window.
Ladder horse, ladder horse, ladder horse.
The
right.
ladders and ladders.
I've
are
only
pretty
got
great.
one use of this left now. I'm gonna wait till we get into a pinch and then be like, this one pull is gonna save everybody, right?
And
Doubt.
it's gonna be an iron door or something.
Yeah.
Hey, iron doors can be made very useful.
It could
Out
be.
in the open.
An iron door is still considered full cover if you're behind it. But it also says in a place in the opening you can reach. You could have a door on the cave.
Somebody definitely used one in Wild Beyond the Witchlight when we were in that were spider cave. You remember? And then they locked
Yep.
like the bosses behind it.
Yep. I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
What are the oldest and shortest members doing?
Yeah, what is
Um,
Price doing?
Is that me?
I was like, that's a weird way to ask what Price is doing. Because Bald isn't short anymore, and he's definitely not the oldest, I don't think, because he just grew up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm only like in my 20s,
Yeah.
which is like a baby.
Just a wee laddie. So what's Price and Vault doing? Everybody else has sort of went further into the cave, as you two have been left to your own devices, watching the storm, watching Bat's panicked in a panic, flying out the cave and then immediately just getting just disappear as soon as the wind touches them.
Yeah, I think Bryce is probably just still sitting around. I was gonna ask, could we hear Kalia singing down the hallway?
Give me a perception. The only singing you hear is the wind outside.
Yeah, so I was gonna say he would be still focusing on the storm, probably so intently that he has no idea what's going on behind him in the cave.
And what's Vault doing?
I was resting, seeing if we had an hour.
So downtime.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, it wouldn't be an hour yet. Because all this stuff going on definitely did not take an hour. I mean, since you've gotten into the cave, it hasn't been an hour, I should say. So Vault is just attempting to short rest.
Yeah.
And let me check Vault's thing here. He is... Okay. So, wait, it kind of sounds like y'all are just gonna hunker down for the night here, or just waiting out the storm?
Probably waiting out the storm unless it gets like super late, and then they probably would hunker down. All
Yeah.
depends on how long the storm lasts.
It's about my thought too.
All right. So I guess the question is, who is going to be trying to settle in? Because think of it in this. Oh yeah, Vault hasn't. Vault, we gotta get you level 7, by the way. So think of it like if you're just hunkering down, waiting for the storm, then you wouldn't benefit from a long rest because you're just sort of staying awake and waiting for a certain event to happen in the timeline, as opposed to saying like committing to, okay, we're gonna rest, we're just gonna see what happens by the time the storm's over, kind of thing. Because one of these is my interpretation is you're waiting for a storm to pass, so you wouldn't necessarily be doing a long rest. A short rest, yes. But if you're just hunkering down for the night and maybe hoping the storm is gone by the time you wake up, then that's, a sort of different approach.
I think that makes sense. What time of day was it getting late when the storm started rolling through?
That was about midday.
So I guess taking that into consideration, if we long rested, we'd be pretty much getting up at night. And then I guess what's the thought? We want to explore the cave more? Would we want to rest while the storm? If we're waiting out the storm, my suggestion is we maybe explore the cave instead
Yeah.
of just sitting around, unless we need a short rest, and then we could just take an hour. If it's still storming, then maybe we look around. I don't think any of us really need a long rest. I think we had just had one kind of before leaving the haunted house.
Quick question. After leveling up, my hit points were full before. Are they still full, or do I have to like heal those additional new points?
It'd still be
If you were
full.
full.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I'm at 65 to 69 because I had 4 points of damage when I leveled up.
How did I?
So yeah, that's That's my thought.
I have too many hit points. When you unleveled me the first time because of my mistake, I don't think it fixed my hit points from before. How do I go in and reduce those down?
Well, you've been taking the average, so it's very easy to backtrack. So,
Probably have to do it while it's in the window.
so rogue's d6, d8.
Oh, there we go.
8 plus con.
No.
I mean, I'll fix it.
Okay.
Just feel free to continue interacting while I fix it.
Okay. Well, Max, did you want to go and cook the bats and rats that we helped you get?
Plus 2 con.
Oh, now it's we helped. Kaito's giving you a look.
And I'm just gonna ignore Kaito.
Wow. Okay, he's just gonna walk back without you then.
I mean, okay.
Also,
I mean,
Max is AFK.
I try and make it, just say it, simply. You didn't like it. I tried to give you credit. You didn't like it. So I don't know how to make you happy, Kaito.
Oh, he don't hear you. He walked away.
8, 10.
I'll just turn after Kaito and be like, oh man, he must be hungry. Head back or cold. Probably wants to go sit by the fire.
So that's
Well, Max, do you need more bats? You good? Oh, he's gonna be right back.
10.
Let me just continue talking to our AFK character.
There's a lot of
all
mimics
results-
that'll listen
Yeah.
intently.
Well, and hopefully they haven't already eaten the bats that I took down. But I guess I could take down more bats if they wanted the ones that I've already taken down.
8.
Like, how about you guys? Are you hungry? Do you eat regular food? Like, and I'll pick up one of the bats, be like, "Do you want one?" I'll offer them
5 plus
to
con.
the mimics.
I mean, they're not gonna think twice about being fed.
Then, well, then I
5,
will.
7 per level.
I will take down more bats and feed all the mimics one bat, and then take down another 2 bats for Max. And while I'm here, I might as well take down a few more so that everybody can have a bat if they want one. Or rats, whatever looked more juicy.
They are equally tangible.
All right.
7.
The bats are more of a challenge to shoot down. So I'll just do that.
52. Okay. That.
Val, Bryce, anything else you guys want to do?
No.
I think Val was just taking a little rest.
I'm waiting for my rest.
Mm.
And then heal her up. 2.
Can I make a survival check on the storm just to see if it looks like it's changed at all?
Yeah. Sorry, I was fixing health.
Hey, you're good. No worries.
I was a super changeling there for a minute.
I worry all the time.
Like, just send me in, boss. I got all the help.
Okay,
And
that's
I looked
about
at
right.
that and I was like, at first my brain's like, oh, I'm low on health. I should fix that. And then I actually looked up like, wait a minute, this amount is way too high.
Okay, that should I fixed it. That looks about right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And I guess if you let me give myself guidance for that,
Say again. I couldn't hear you.
would you let me give myself guidance for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That really helped a lot, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Turn. Oh, he's already at 200%. How are people so quiet to me? I don't get it. All right. I just thought of a backdrop I can make. I can make one for a cave's backdrop. That'll help. Okay. Sorry, I was just thinking of some stuff. Because I'm like, yeah, that's a nice little scene that we have currently, but it's like I kind of want to get one for like each little biome. So if it's more theater of the mind, you at least, the feel of it is represented in the splash
Yeah, I
screen,
dig
as it
that.
were. Yeah. Don't know why it took me so long to figure out some of these things. Anyway, so with a survival of the weather, well, you're not really sure how long it's going to take. I mean, you get the feeling it's at least going to be a couple more hours at least, because you've been sitting here and watching it, and you haven't really seen like the eye of the storm or anything like that. So depending on what direction it's going and like what point of uh the center mass of the storm would be, there's a lot of variables that you don't really know.
Would I be able to, I guess, would I be able to tell, did the storm just roll in like a wall and it just kind of like a switch flipped, or was there a gradual building, and does it seem like it, if that is the case, is it seem like it's getting worse? Is it kind of remained the same?
It was a gradual but accelerated. It wasn't like in some games where the weather changes and suddenly it's like jarring, where it's like
It's just
it's
immediate,
sunlight and now
yeah.
it's dark and raining for like what? No, like it's not like, it wasn't like that. It was,
Okay.
because Kaito had enough time to determine it's getting colder, the wind's picking up, all that kind of stuff. So it just came in pretty quickly.
Okay.
Does he have a certain cantrip? Hold on. Spells. That's effects. Spells. Oh, he doesn't have that. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I see. I was like, don't druids have something for something like that? Oh, that's the one you didn't take. Okay. It's a druid cantrip, but I can totally understand why most people never take it.
Yeah.
So rats are being skewered. Vald is taking some downtime. Price is trying to determine the strength and properties of the storm. Let's see. Max is
Could
maxing.
I
What's up?
also, well, I was gonna say, could I also, I just remembered about the what is it, the ruby,
Mm-hmm.
the like lava ruby thing?
Yep.
If so, based on that role, it seems like Price feels like the storm's gonna be going for a while, so he's probably gonna go sit back down, kind of around the fire, probably near Vald, because he knows Vald is taking about an hour as well, and he's gonna pull the ruby out. And would that be investigation to identify it?
I mean, Arcana.
Arcana? Okay. And I'm gonna give myself guidance for this as well. What?
Did he roll?
Okay.
A 2 and a 3. So effectively, your guidance rolled better than your D20 roll.
Yeah.
Oof. All right. Let's see. Can I
Yeah,
interact
that
with it?
tracks.
There we go. So yeah, nope, you're not really able to ascertain what this thing is. You hold it in your hands, you look at it, you hold it up, you think about everything that it did. But you're just not able to ascertain the properties of it.
I guess just for the like theater of the mind's sake, can you describe what it looks like? Maybe like relative size or
I mean, it's just a small gemstone that easily fits in the palm of a hand.
okay. Yep, so he'll be fidgeting with this while he's just sitting around and taking some time. Probably you just hear like mumbling to himself and like just inquisitive noises and just "Mm-mm. Oh, okay. Ooh, what? Oh, mm."
I would not call it inquisitive noises, but okay.
They're thinking noises.
That's totally where my mind went. I'm not in the
Hey,
gutter.
we
You're
can't
in the
help it.
gutter.
You're a pervert.
Wow.
Kaito, stop thinking about Carissa,
Who's Carissa?
that lady that you had a crush on.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
no, he-
explains it all.
You forgot.
Kind of gay, you guys.
Betty. You literally
gay,
just
man.
saw her.
He's gay, man. You don't know that.
Exactly, they don't know it, so he probably would have said that.
Yeah, no one knows.
Well, I will say, OOC, Kaito did like straighten up and run right over as soon as Carissa showed up.
He did win what? What?
You don't remember?
Yes,
No, I
he
don't remember.
did.
You for sure did.
It's in the VOD.
You and Jin were giving Plant Lady the most attention out of everyone.
And then
Uh-oh.
you drew a picture of her giving you a plant, right?
That's because she did give him a plan.
Okay.
Oh,
Price
that's
is,
right.
Price is
Yeah.
distracted. This is
What's
probably why he
funny
doesn't
is-
identify. He's like he's looking at this ruby and he kind of like glances up at Kaito every once in a while. He's like, Kaito and Carissa sitting in a tree. Well, hold on. Carissa probably is the tree.
Could you just imagine them sitting in her tree? As big ass horses in a fucking tree. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think you need to change the lyrics to "sitting in her tree."
Oh my god. It's so worse. It's so worse. I regret saying anything. It's fine. Everybody's gonna die. It's fine.
That's the spirit. So, cave. Many skewered cave bats and rodents. A
Yep.
storm outside. Probably in like an hour it would have passed. And
Only an hour, you say?
an hour before some people want to do something. Because Vald was setting in for an hour to do some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the storm is still a storming. And I would even say, let's see if any trees like fall over. A private roll. Do 20. I would say you can even hear the sounds of like some trees straining nearby, and maybe one or two of them get knocked over by the wind right in front of the cave entrance. And it is very loud. And those of you like just inside the cave, it's extremely loud. But that's
What the
just
hell?
on account of a tree falling in the woods and people being around to hear it.
Bryce, what happened? What did you do? Just kind of walked back without them. He dead to the world. It's fine. Okay.
Bryce ain't no snitch.
He doesn't even need to snitch. He just got accused. Granted, in a joking manner, like Kaido didn't sound like seriously pissed, but would Kaido have seen it, having walked back and everything?
Yup. Big old tree.
Well, shit. I hope we can move that.
Kaido, smash.
You're not here. You're still ratting it up.
Batting and ratting and batting. Fallout reference. Anyway, so what did Vault want to do after that hour? Was there something you were specifically trying
yeah.
to...
So I can do my Hex Warrior.
You can do your Hex Warrior? Is that a dance? Is that like the Haka?
No, it's the Pact of the Weapon thing.
So you're you're getting a pact with another weapon?
My normal short sword.
Also, what does it look like when you form this pact? Because like what is it that Vault does as part of this ritual to basically bind a weapon to you? What does that look like? I don't think we've ever gone over what it looks like when you do that. You like draw like a ritual circle? Is it like you just lick the blade and stare at the camera seductively? Like how does this work?
I just flick it. All I have to do is touch it, so I just flick. Give it a little flick.
There you have it, folks. Whenever you need to do pact of the weapon, you just grab a blade and you flick it.
Like flick ping, like here it's ring. Helps me attune with it. Like a tuning fork.
So you get forked.
He forks it.
Hey, yo.
All right, so let's see. People playing with the bats. So that leaves what, Max and Kali now in the bat infested area?
In the
Yeah, I kinda
process,
went
I
back to
forgot
the
to
entry
I forgot
the
to
other
tell
time.
you that like it will, after I flick it and it pings in the thing, the sound disperses enough so you can't hear it. It then blips into the spectral plane, unless I want it. So and right now I'm not using it, so it's gonna flip into the spectral plane, and then the other one will probably come back. The knife I had. And in that, I'm going to toss it to Max and go, "Here's your knife back."
He's not here.
Oh, where was he?
He's playing with rats and bats, remember, down into the cave further?
Oh, okay.
Oh, by
We're
this
gonna
point,
make
it's
a blanket.
been about an hour.
Well, they're still out there as far as I'm
No, I
aware.
will. I gotta. I will mention then that I got to give this back to Max next time. I see
Readjust
him.
that. All right. So, Kali and Max, feel free to give me a survival to see if you can accumulate enough. And I'll have one of you do it because you could just aid the other one.
There you go.
So, it would probably take you another hour or so. But you would be able to accumulate enough meat / leather / fur, which would make a really interesting blanket, to form a singular. What are you trying to do? A blanket or like a sleeping bag?
Just a blankie, just a little rat fur blanket. Something you can snuggle up with and get cozy. Just you and the skin of 1,000 dead rats.
Wow.
I mean,
I think
honestly,
Max
that would
needs
probably
some
be a super
therapy.
soft blanket.
Yeah, you like accumulate enough, but then the tricky part is, the skinning and the actual forming. So you got a lot of rat bodies. Like piles of them.
Now, who's gonna do the sewing part? Is that you or is that Kaido?
You said you wanted to do that. You said you wanted to skin them and then quilt them. So I would feel really bad to take any of that fun crafty time away from you. So, I think
Oh,
you're good to
sorry.
go.
I was just being, somebody who's a friend asking a friend for help.
Well, I feel like I have helped get you started, and I feel like this is a great opportunity for you to practice your self-sufficiency. And that is how I'm helping you, is by helping you be more self-sufficient. You're welcome. And I'm just going to pat him on the shoulder and then head back
Blood-
out.
And I'm gonna
bloody-
bend down
bloody
at the
pat.
knees, and I'm gonna look to my mimics and say, and that's why we never ask for help from anybody for any reason ever.
And there's like a bloody pat on the shoulder because she's been stabbing rats this whole time and carrying bodies.
I was zapping them with my soul blade.
Okay, so psychic damage. So just, okay.
I stayed so clean. My soul might be dirty, but my hands are clean.
And you can give me a perception check.
No.
All right.
I'm a little tired after all of that hunting.
Max can also give a perception check because you two are in the scene. All right. Perfect. Anyway, continue.
Uh-oh.
All right, well, I'm gonna go deeper into the cave, see what's in here.
Are you sure you wouldn't want to wait for the rest of the group to come with you?
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll come check on you.
Come on, kids.
They all sprout legs and start waddling.
I'm mostly just being pissy about the rat blanket, so I'm just leaving.
Are you just like leaving a pile of the corpses around there?
Yeah, I'm not bringing them with me.
Wow,
I'm just
murdered
gonna
a bunch
put
of
my
rats
hands
for
on my hips.
nothing.
I'm gonna put my hands on his and be like, really, Max? This is what I get for helping you?
Well, you already
You
left the
told me
scene.
you wanted to do this.
And your perception of 12. So you probably wouldn't have seen so was Max like waiting for Kalia to leave, or was
Yeah,
it
I
just
would
like
wait for her to leave,
Oh.
and then just absolutely every
Oh my
rat
God.
she killed, just leave them where they are. I'm not gonna eat rat.
Well, I was gonna take some with me anyway, because I was also hunting some to share with the rest of the party at the campfire. So I would have taken a few.
so as you
But
start
still, it would have been a significant pile of bats and rats.
yes.
Yeah.
So as you start heading further in and Kalia goes back to, get some rations for the group. The mimics just start scooping up bodies and just eating.
Those mimics are gonna like me better than you by the end of this, Max.
I always provide for them, right?
But were you really? Were you the provider here? Hmm.
I told them they would get free rats and bats to eat, and they got it.
That is so true. I'm just a sucker for hungry-looking creatures.
All right, so Max, you're heading further into the cave. And in here, well, congratulations, it's dark. But you have your torch, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say I got little baby human eyes, so I'll just light a torch.
All right, all right. So, yeah, you're well,
Actually, I have a
Pretty much you
lamp. I
can
want to do
notice.
the lamp instead. I have torches. I still have the torch, but I don't know. Lamp's cooler. You can put oil in it.
honestly, even with a 9, you'd probably just notice it. So you just kind of feel like something rustling in your hair. Like even on the 9, it wasn't exactly being stealthy, so.
Okay, I reach my hand into my hair to see if it's a bug.
You feel the batting of bat wings stuck in your hair.
Okay. I would like to pull out my rapier and just spew whatever's on my head.
All right,
Hopefully, it
give me
was
an
a
attack roll.
friendly bat that was just trying to make my best friend like animal companion for the rest of the adventure. Yeah, let's just kill it.
Give me an attack roll.
It'll make a nice blanket. I'm clicking button.
Don't get a nat 1.
15.
You
Nice.
skewer a bat that was nestled in your hair. You don't even have to do damage for that.
See, that was my Disney princess moment, right? I'm a bard that sings, and I have animals nesting in my hair, and then I kill them.
Makes me think of like what was that show, Drawn Together? Where there's like the princess
yeah.
who summons the animals in just whatever situation, like some probably just murders the animals horrendously. All right, but you go
I'll
further
fling
in.
it off my sword
Absolutely
towards
awful.
the mimics.
I mean, Drawn Together is a hilarious show. Not for kids, but hilarious. Yeah, so you go further in. And those of you back at the camp, the storm is still going. And those of you who haven't been at the camp for a minute, there's the cave entrance is mostly blocked. Not completely, but there's a pretty sizable hunk of log now blocking it. And Max is spelunking. All alone in the depths of space.
I mean, Kali is alone. I've got my children.
Yeah,
All
but I'm retreading.
alone
Cave.
in the depths of
Weird.
space. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Where is it? I had it. Ah, there it is. So you go deeper and deeper into this cave. I'm not sure how far deep you want to go.
Till I reach the end.
Okay. We'll have to get back to you in a minute. So those of you at the camp, what are y'all's doing? At this point, Max has not been back for a good bit.
Kalia, where's Max?
Well, he decided that he didn't want to do actually any of the work to make his bat and rat blanket. So,
Does that surprise you?
I mean, he said he wanted to learn things and he said he wanted to do it. So I was trying to help him by providing the materials for him because he didn't want to fight them. But you know what? I guess I just need to stop enabling him and just let him learn on his own because I'm taking valuable experiences away from him. So, yeah. But I did get his mimics fed and I brought you guys some dinner too. And I'm just going to hold out the dead bats and rats I brought up for everybody.
Oh. Thanks. That looks wonderful.
I mean, you know, you eat jerky, right?
Let me roll my deception to see how well you believe that. It's gonna be bad. Yeah. Can you beat a 10? Probably.
So what would I roll something, or would it be my
Probably insight,
insight?
I think. Oh yeah, you know he's lying.
Well, I'll look at them and I'll look and be like, well, you don't eat them with the fur and stuff on, Kaito. Gosh. And I'm like, okay. So here's what you got to do. So I'll sit down and I'll take one of my daggers and gut and skin them, and I'll grab some sticks and start, roast them over the fire and get them going. Be like, see, they're just small mammals. You eat are you vegetarian, Kaito? I guess I didn't want to assume. I don't know what centaurs eat, but I could have sworn I had seen you eating
exactly a
jerky.
Vegetarian, but I'm not a huge fan of a lot of meat.
Well, you're in luck, Kaito, because this is very little meat.
I don't know if that should be a good thing or not.
Well, you said you're not a fan of a lot of meat, so you like a little meat, right?
Technically, I did say that, yes.
I mean, don't knock it till you try it. They're pretty good.
I'll take your word for it.
Cubed. While I was foraging, could I have conceivably come across some local savory herbs that I could use for cooking to really wow Kaito with the deliciousness of rats and bats?
I think at that point you were just trying to find rations rather than spices because you were out.
Well, but I mean, if I see spices while I'm looking for berries, I would have grabbed them. It's still foraging.
Let's see. Roll a d20. If it's low,
Okay.
if it's below 10, then no. We'll let the dice decide.
Hey. So I'll take some of my fresh herbs and sprinkle them on the little roasting guys. Be like, Kaito, you're in it for a real treat here. I didn't realize that these grew around here, but they're pretty tasty.
Still taking your word for it.
It's probably going to start smelling good pretty soon here, if you like roast meat. Oh, and so while they're cooking, I mean, how particular, Cubed, are you about survivalist skills on things? Like, if I did want to try and craft something out of the skins of the animals that I butchered, do you expect us to find all the items to brain tan something, or can we just say that over the course of an hour or two, if I roll high enough, that I'd be able to craft something with them?
Well, there's crafting rules in the game. Luckily, in the new edition, they have explained them a lot better, which is probably, ones we're going to be using at some point. But when it comes to shorter term stuff, say you just want to make a pot of food or something, quote unquote crafting, that wouldn't take too long. But if you're trying to knit a blanket or crafting that would take X amount of time to create, if Price wanted to make a wagon, right, and that's gonna take time to screw stuff together. Or
specific example, if I wanted to take all the pelts from the animals that we're cooking now and make them into a lap blanket or a small pillow, for example, maybe let's say a pillow.
So something like that would take time because you'd have to skin all of them and then knit them together.
Well, I had to skin them to cook them, so.
Which also takes time. But basically, it's stuff that takes a lot. I just kind of hand wave because you can do a quick skin, right? You could just cut it and then pull the meat off. Separate the meat from the skin.
trying to keep the pelt, yeah, and being really particular about. Okay, so if I were to want to skin them in order to try and keep the pelts, how long would it take? Or would you suggest it take?
Probably, let's see, enough to make a blanket,
No, a small pillow.
a small
Just a pillow.
pillow.
'Cause I only brought like a few of the things with me so that I could feed the rest of the group that was there.
Let's see, hunting knowledge. Probably it is 2 or 3 hours
Okay.
with that many
And let's
rodents.
see. And if I was already gone hunting them for an hour, I'd be there for quite some time. Okay, yeah, then I won't try doing that. I'll just have skinned them in order to cook them.
Oh, my thing's lagging.
However, we will have some scraps. Ooh, in fact, I'm gonna see if the little kitten might want some of the bat parts and rat parts.
So you go to reach in for the kitten, and it is not there.
Even if I feel around for it, is it faking me out?
You feel around for it, and you don't feel anything in the bag.
Oh no. Vald, do you still have oh wait, he's napping. Well, next time, oh man, that sucks. Guys, if you see a little kitten running around anywhere, will you let me know? It's not in my pouch anymore.
You've lost the thing.
I mean, I guess either that or it's like hiding in there. I don't know.
What if it was never real to begin with? The magic of
Oh,
that place was
could be.
really weird. Did you check
Like, so
right
that-
after the building broke?
I didn't. Only when we got here.
Hmm.
Yeah, that really could have been. Aw, I was really hoping for a new kitten friend. And I'm just gonna kind of like dejectedly like toss the scrap of stuff I was gonna feed it in the corner or in like away. And I'm just looking dejectedly kind of at the fire. I'm kind of like watching the stuff cook, but I'm just like, I hope it's okay. Just kind of mumbling to myself as I cook. I mean, but what if it was?
I don't know.
And I'm just like poking the cooking food.
I think it'll be okay.
I mean, maybe. Eventually.
And just kiss Bald, you'll be fine.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. But he's no little kitten. It's a different kind of appreciation.
Right.
I mean, have you ever had companion animals, Kaito?
He's just gonna blink at you like, are you seriously asking me?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I could see like maybe goats would be a good pet for you.
Like,
They're lively and somewhat intelligent, so they'd probably be entertaining.
I think I need entertainment?
I mean, doesn't everybody enjoy entertainment?
Kind of shrug because he's like,
I'm just gonna kind of like blink up at you like, this is a question I've never considered before. Why wouldn't you want to be entertained by something adorable? Well, if by chance you do see a little kitten running around, let me know.
all right. No promises though.
I mean, you wouldn't promise to tell me if you saw it?
No, I
That
mean no
seems mean.
promises on finding it.
Oh,
Sorry,
well,
that
yeah,
did not come out
of
right.
course. I'm just gonna look at you for a second and be like, well, yeah. I mean, if I couldn't expect you to absolutely know where everything is. I mean, that would be really helpful, though.
Yeah, no, I barely know where I am half the time.
Me too. So I'm gonna poke the meat a little bit and be like, I think it's almost done. And I'll take one off and
Do
try
you know
it.
how that storm's doing out there? Can
don't know.
anyone see past the trees that fell?
Thanks, Bryce. You're probably. I mean, did it get blocked high or low?
Low.
Kaito, you're probably the one who can see out of there better than we can.
Well, that's fair. If you need to go look.
See, Bryce, Price walks
Yo,
up
go look. Yeah.
to the mouth of the cave as he's checked his briefcase and he clips it back closed, and he's probably, I don't know how big this tree is or the mouth of the cave, but I just picture it being bigger than Price, just tipped over on its side. So he walks up, probably gets really close to where his nose is almost touching it, and he has one hand just that's flat over his eyes, and he starts to kind of squint. He's just staring right at a tree.
Like as if he was then staring into the distance.
Yeah. I think the storm is over.
You sure?
Really?
Did you say I'm short?
No, are you sure?
Oh, no, I can't.
When
see
have I
anything.
ever once made a big deal about your height?
You did once, actually.
When was this?
Well, I think you were angry.
I mean, that happens a lot. So which time in particular?
Recently, when you started hitting people. Anyway, we don't talk about that. What do you see?
What do I see, TM? Do I have to roll anything?
I mean, it's still storming. Like, that's abundantly clear. Like, it didn't seal the cave off. There's just a giant
there's still
tree
a
in the way.
storm out there. What do you mean it's over?
I was being really?
Yeah, the storm's still going.
Duh.
Are you okay?
I'm a short person that walked up to a tree and pretended that I couldn't see out the front of a cave. Obviously, the storm's going. I'm just trying to make everyone laugh a little bit. We're stuck in a cave.
We're not stuck. It's just
we're
waiting at a storm.
I mean, Price,
You're
if
stressed,
you really,
Kaito.
What do you mean I'm
You know,
stressed?
if you need to get out of the cave quick, I bet Kaito could yeet you out.
I'm not sending him
I
outside
don't want to
into
go
that
into the
storm.
storm.
No,
Quite
no,
yet.
no. If he wanted to be, though, you could.
Oh yeah. If I wanted to be on the moon, Kaito could probably put me there.
Probably.
I don't know if I could throw that far. That's a good thing to find out, though.
We'll
Maybe
try
I
it
someday.
later.
mean, that would be quite the experiment. There's a
How
whole
would
new
we
meaning to that.
measure
song.
how far up I could throw you? It's like
We'll
drop
have to
a-
try it.
maybe
work
we'll
on it.
tie you to
Don't
a
worry.
rope that we know the length of, and I just throw you and see how far high up you go, and then I'll just catch you on your way back down.
We'll just mark it down. Yeah.
Yeah, see how far you can go on the rope.
For science. I like
Yeah.
it.
Wait, what science?
I don't know. It was something that one of our other friends said before. It
Oh.
seemed like it would fit.
Hey, you
Mhm.
think Max is dead yet?
Oh God, I forgot he was still in the cave. Should
You
we
forgot?
go find him?
I mean, honestly, I feel like Max is definitely one of the most capable, mischievous people I've ever met. So honestly, he's probably fine.
I think he found trouble.
I mean, he's usually looking for trouble,
He
and the
is
fact that he's
trouble.
still
What do you mean finding?
Well, that's what I was suggesting earlier. Like, if he did get caught by something, he'd probably cause it more trouble.
Honestly,
that's a
Probably
good
just
point.
let him go.
probably not wrong about that. Don't get me wrong, I like Max,
Anyway, we
but
should probably look for him.
he is a headache. Of course, I'm also a headache, so what am I saying?
I think we're all uniquely challenging in our own ways.
Since the person who hasn't messed anything up yet.
I mean, I'm sure I have. I've just probably selectively forgotten.
Kalia killed that one fella.
Oh my god.
Wait,
that's right.
what?
Huh?
Yeah. We were
Who
trying
did
to
Kalia kill?
capture somebody and I
Were we
accidentally
looking
killed
for
him.
Max?
No, who did Kalia kill? Don't change subjects
There
on
was
me.
there was someone we found in a tree, and then we were trying to stop him from running away, and Kalia literally blew his brains out.
I mean,
What?
not
Because
quite
she
that
does the
graphic.
psychic thing.
But yeah, I was like aiming for his leg and I missed his leg and I got him right in the head and I just killed him. I really wasn't trying to hurt him.
She did a really good job at what she was not trying to do.
Yeah.
Right.
so see,
We're not killing anybody, she says. So Why was
Fine.
you shooting at someone who was in a tree?
Well, so
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure they stole a bunch of stuff and then
Yeah.
So they
And then
were
they tried to
abandoned.
escape. Yeah. And we were trying to
Well-
capture them to take them back to town because they said they were going to change their ways and join us. And then they tried to run away. And so we didn't want them to escape. We were going to take them back to town and have them answer for all their thefts. But yeah, but our healer at the time brought him back to life. And then after a while, he must have woken up and escaped because he wasn't in the wagon anymore. So I didn't permanently kill him, just temporarily.
Wait, you
But then he
you
got better.
didn't kill him, but you killed him, and
But he got better.
no,
Yeah,
his
exactly.
life
that
was
doesn't make
over.
any sense.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know.
well,
Magic was involved.
Did you meet Flora?
Yes. She was the rabbit lady that was with you when you saved us from that goblin camp thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty much like right before that. Yeah, Flora brought him back and then he, well, like they say, he made off like a bandit.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of bandits, where's Max?
Wait, Max is not a bandit, is he?
I
Yeah,
don't
about
know.
that. So, Max,
And then they never messed with the rascals ever again. As I conclude my story that I'm telling the mimics for like the 27th time of their lives, and just walking, which they're good, great listeners. They never get bored. They come from a land, called David, and it is without humor. There are no jokes. It's just a full mimic town, right? And so we're just traveling, kicking rocks, and then I'm eating a little bit of jerky and just like, yeah, like I would ever eat fucking rats. Not that there's anything wrong with eating rats if you're a mimic, but if you're a human, you're used to finer quality things in life. Thanks for understanding, guys. And then I just keep walking, just exploring.
as some of them are still chewing on like rat bones.
Yeah.
As they're
It's interesting,
waddling.
that thing that was trying to nest in my hair. That's the weirdest bat that I've ever seen. It had these really pointy ears, which I guess is typical of a bat, but then it didn't have any wings, and instead it had these little tendrils on its shoulders. It had like little suckers on it, and it kept meowing. Anyway, I hope it made a wonderful meal. You guys deserve it.
Oh
Wait,
my
he
god.
fed him
No.
the cats?
No. Not okay.
I hope that wasn't real.
No, I just mean no. Sorry.
I was gonna say, how did he get it?
Yeah, no. That was a
And
sleight of
Max
hand
was
check like
never heard from
many
again.
weeks
No.
ago.
I just go, I get, you guys see me sitting at the fire, and all of a sudden I like sit up and my eyes go solid black. And I go, I'll be right back. I have to go take care of something. And you just see me walking into the tunnels. And then I come back with the mimics and nothing else. But that didn't happen. So Max is safe for
No.
me now. It's really mean, Max. At first I was like totally like just not thinking where you were going, and I was thinking, oh, he actually had like what was the thing that was cast darkness when we were downstairs in the thing? The leathery thing with the tentacles that were on everybody's heads.
Oh, yeah.
Those
I
things
forgot what
when you
they're
were
called, but
describing.
yeah, they're like hats almost. But
Right. And so we were like, oh, something with like pointy, it didn't have wings, but it had tentacles. I was thinking, I'm like, oh, it was actually one of those things. And then I was totally missing you heckling me until the very, very end. It's like, oh my God. Oh man. I mean, Max, if you need your character to be taken out so you can roll a new one, just tell me.
I'll just bring Gan back.
I'll try and helpfully slow you down like that bandit before.
All right. So, you're telling this story to your mimics, walking down the cave. And it does eventually like split. A left and a right.
Left.
And I am on this scene, so I will pull Max to this one.
Left starts with L, just like luck, so I always go left.
Nice.
Left is always right.
I mean, he is pretty sinister, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't I just tip you 100 gold and you would make a blanket?
10 gold. Oh wait, no,
No, it
10
was
gems
100.
worth 100. Yeah, but that was for helping you. I was helping you kill things.
Mm-hmm.
That was why I spent an entire hour killing bats and rats for you.
I want to make 100 gold per hour killing rats.
Right?
We'll see, because when Kalia heard that Max wanted to do a craft, Kalia likes crafts, but Kalia also doesn't like being just taken for granted or taken advantage of. And if you would have said, I'll pay you 100 gold to make this for me, then I could have thought about it.
I asked as a friend. I also asked if Kaido was better at it.
Nah, you were just trying to get out of doing any work. We knew better.
Where is my Team Cool Kids
I
token?
totally remember being asked things.
Did that token get?
No, I
Oh
asked
my
her if
God.
you're better. I didn't ask you. You weren't there.
There it is.
Actually, I
So-
think he was still, wasn't he?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
This
no,
is
not
when
at
me and
that
you were by ourselves.
right. I was just and I just get done doing all of the work of killing your crafting supplies.
So what happens next?
So you said you were going left?
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm just making sure people have vision. I don't have a three-eyed raven. I just have like a runic symbol. I might fix that to get rid of its background.
I mean, if it's something I got to roll initiative for, I'm just gonna run away.
Oh, I
I'm just
know.
gonna dash every turn.
And
That's
bring
a-
it back to
That's assuming you're aware of it in the first place.
Oh, yep.
Max, is probably a good thing that we didn't try and have an arts and crafts party, because we would have been down there for 5 hours.
Well, it gets divided by the number of people helping.
Yeah,
So
but
if it's a 5-hour
you-
project, it'd only be 2.5 hours.
so okay, well, next time we'll have to see if I do agree to help you if you actually do any of the work. Because if it is truly split, that makes sense. But otherwise, I imagine that Max would probably just
With the
find
new-
reasons to not do any of the work, and it would still end up taking 5 hours.
No, I would get Price to help and Bald and Kaido, and I would go on the lookout and take a nap.
I see. So really, your skill is delegation. That's your super skill.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's how I
got
provide
you.
for my
I got
family.
you. I got you.
You need that skill as a baker.
That's right. To delegate.
I have to make sure I have the name correct.
Oh, I also have a lamp lit.
A lamp lid
That's
for a
what,
shield.
30? No, 60. Which one is it?
15-foot radius, so I guess it is. Radius is so it's. Why don't they just say fucking the thing? I think is it just 15 feet? I think it's 15 feet and then 30 dim after that.
So 15. Light source. Let's get you a light source. Vision.
And we don't have a map to view yet, right?
Not yet.
But you should be able to see it when you
15.
hit the little.
Once he puts it up.
Light.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna swap everybody to this scene. Activate. Just making sure everybody can see this token because things constantly get mixed up here.
I could see.
Let's give it dark vision.
Well, just give it a little baby dark vision. That way they can't spoil it. It can have 15 feet of dark. 30.
Let's give it 30. Because, I mean, they're not here, so they can't really do anything about it.
Right, and then like if I don't have my token clicked, it lets me see through it too. So,
Don't unclick your token. Simple, easy peasy, right?
well, if it's got everybody
Right.
attached to it, I don't have to click the token. It'll also just let me see. So you'd have to remove me from it. But if it's limited vision, then it'd just be what I'm seeing anyway.
Let's see. Can everybody see that?
I can see.
I'm going to even try and shrink it.
Now, I've got the bright light for 15,
yeah.
but do I have the dim? I don't think I have the
It's-
dim light.
I will say the lantern that I have, if it's the hooded lantern, the one that I had on Zed has it's 30 and 30.
Let me look.
I think you have the more
It's not a
expensive
hooded,
one.
it's just a lamp. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Sorry.
This one's 15 and 30. Actually, no, this is 1545. The internet's a liar. Here,
Basic
I'll copy and paste it.
protection mode.
I did a quick like 5E lamp light. Told me wrong. Here's the picture.
Appearance. So we're going to shrink the token. I want it to be a little bit less space consuming. There we go, slightly smaller. Okay. So you've stepped into this cave. It is, well, quiet. The air is still. There's maybe the hint of some moisture, but nothing that's like, nothing that you wouldn't expect to be in a cave. And like you said, you were going to be heading left, and I guess from your perspective, you don't see it yet. So wait, what's your light range then
1545.
on the lamp?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Fuck. I've got special aviator sunglasses that give me 60 feet of dark vision.
Ah, you remember. Do you put them on?
I've had them on forever. I don't take them off. They just look good, even if I don't need them.
You did take them off.
Did I?
Yes.
I don't know. He had me do a sketch of them on.
No, I remember you said you did take them off, like in the last session.
I think that was to
But-
show, like, do the
Yeah.
take them off and do a
Oh,
pose.
just to put them back on. Yeah.
There we go. Vision. We'll just do 60, whatever. They click the
All
token.
right. So I'm gonna look to my mimics because I still got the lamp anyway. Even if I've got I'm just wearing these for style, right? So I've got the lamp out in front of me. I've got the mimics next to me, and then they see me put the little flask of oil inside, and I light it up and everything. And then I tip my aviators to the bridge of my nose, right, or the tip of the nose, and then I say, "All right, let's shed some light on this situation." And then after I say my pun, I step forward.
Swing, and then there was light.
They think I'm hilarious, so they're the best crowd.
There's always a smile on their faces.
Yeah, they don't understand the joke,
What
probably.
faces?
But
That's my point. Oh, I didn't. Okay, so feel free to give me a perception check.
all right, I'm bossing the mimics around. I'm like, everybody keep your ears peeled. We're trying to find a source of fresh water. We could be in this cave for days. This might have to be our new home. I don't know how storms work. 7.
Perfect. All right. So you're continuing forward. You're busy communicating with the mimic with all your kids, and there does come a point. There does come a point where even through that, you could swear that you hear a voice, very familiar, female, someone that you've known in the past, someone from the time before your, oh God, I was loud. A time before you know,
Yeah, I know who you're
crash
going
landed.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew exactly right away. And then I'm gonna like quote lyrics, right? And I put like my hand up and one index finger to the mimic. It's like, hold on, I can hear your voice. It's like an angel crying, or is it sighing, or is it lying? It's definitely something eyeing. You guys know what I'm talking about? And I turn to the lyric or the mimics.
No real response from them. The
I
equivalent of
hear
a mimic
your
shrug.
voice. It's like an angel something. Fuck, I don't know. You guys are useless. Whatever. And then I keep going and I shout, "Hello!"
The voice seems to get louder, but it just seems like humming. Like maybe not really like words saying anything to you, but just utterances of maybe this whatever you're saying, but just in a more lyrical tune. But it's definitely coming from this direction that you're going. Oh, let me move the that guy.
All right, I'm gonna keep going. Rim, is that you? And I do have like a sense of like skepticism, right? Like
As you should.
we're on some rinky-dink planet in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's a backwater swamp. Like the people here literally eat rats. I just watched somebody for an hour hunt down rats so that they could eat them like it was a delicacy. Like I cannot wait to get off this planet, right? And so the odds of there being a space
Sorry.
elf babe from when I was a teenager being lost in this weird cave that we happened to just come across, it's slim to none. But I mean, you got to check it out, right?
Naturally.
If there was a 1% chance that it's her, you got to go anyway. So
Yeah, so you're saying there's a chance.
right.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
As you step forward, the voice suddenly. Oh God! I can tell. Kalia's headset is close to the computer.
Oh, sorry.
She's on phone, I think.
Is
I
it?
am.
So when you get to that point, the voice very quickly ceases, and nestled there is a tiny little speck of light, kind of bluish in hue.
I'm gonna snap at the smallest mimic, and I'm gonna point to the light. Lick that and see if anything happens.
So one of the mimics, without question, goes over and licks the light. Lick a light bulb. And you see several tendrils
Fuck.
reach out and grab it and get pulled into the light. -1 kid.
All right. You served your daddy well. I'll never forget you. And then I run out. Come on, kids. Your brother's dead. He got eaten by the light.
Eaten by the light.
When I come back out, is there any sound?
Yep. So when you come back out, there's a voice that seems to be pretty low. Do you focus in on it? You try and hear it? Do you listen in?
Yeah, because my instinct is like, I could go back and get the group, right? But if I do that, what am I going to tell them? A light with tentacles coming out of it ate my baby. Like, this ain't Australia, all right? There's no dingoes here. What are they going to do? Come investigate the light and then they get eaten? So I'm going to listen for the voice. That way I can have something solid to report back. How's
The
that work?
voice is echoing from that side.
All right, youngest child number 2. Investigate that corner.
Youngest child number 2 goes over to the corner and just stands there.
Jump around and do stuff.
Jump around.
It rolls over on its back like it wants belly rubs for a mimic.
It's a trap.
All right, I go up and rub its belly.
And he did.
Good job.
And as you go and do that, you actually notice, as you get pretty much adjacent to it, a tiny blue light that it's rolling over. And as you go to rub its belly, several tendrils reach up and grab it and pull it in.
No, my second youngest baby. And I'm gonna step back. Shit, I'm losing all my children. Hold on.
Parenting
And by
101.
losing, do you mean sending them into the path of danger?
Well, it's better than them than me, right?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
I reach into my bag and I grab a bar of soap and I want to throw it at the tendril.
Throw it at the what?
The light that's eating my baby.
The soap just kind of clanks on the ground. Thud, thud, thud. But then you hear a voice over there, also accompanied by another light. Same voice.
All right, where's it at? Ping again. Left. Okay. I'm gonna get here, and then I'm gonna call out. All right, now my juiciest, tastiest, most delicious child, you investigate this one, and then I'm gonna cast minor illusion and just have like a really like overweight mimic that's like sweating as they walk, and they're just very plump and they smell a little bit like blueberries, and just have them this image of this mimic come up to touch the light.
I'm just imagining a plump blueberry mimic that's out of shape. It kind of has the meat sweats.
Be careful, you know you can't run away very fast on account of being the juiciest of my kids.
You know, Maximilian, the name that you have chosen. I can smell the stench of the astral sea on you.
Yeah, well, what you call stench, some people pay thousands of gold for, buddy. I could capture this in a bottle and be rich.
Is that your price?
Who wouldn't want to smell like the sea? You know, except for all the dead creatures in it and the urine.
So gold is your motivation. Riches?
I mean, pretty much.
What if I were to tell you I could provide that for you?
Yeah, can you fix my ship?
Oh, I can do so many more things than just that. For a price, of course.
Like what?
Well, how do you say? You scratch my back and I scratch yours.
can't scratch your own back? Aren't your tendrils like 27 feet long?
That would be unfortunate for me. No. No, I cannot. That's why I could get the assistance, and this could be a mutually beneficial friendship that we could accumulate.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not too keen with making friends from things that just ate my children.
Well, you fed them to me.
Yeah, I was thinking more like just terminology. How about business partners?
Business partners could work.
Okay, what do you have in mind?
I can provide you a vessel, and you can provide, well, all you would have to do is place some objects. Nothing more, nothing less.
All right, sounds easy.
Do we have a deal?
How do I know I'm not going to place these objects and then you're not going to give me the ship?
How do I know I could trust you? That you won't
'Cause I-
betray me, as so many have.
Betray you how? Like kick over the rocks after I put him down?
They claim that they are going to, and they never do.
If you can give me something that can go back into the astral sea, like a full ship, no trickery, no genie in a bottle where you play this game called Corrupted Genie Wish, like actually get me back into sailing, back on track where my life was supposed to be, so I can get back into. Also, was that you doing the voice?
Yes,
Wow, you're kind of a bitch.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be a business partner with one,
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
and wouldn't be the last.
I like the sound of that. That means I make it out of this thing alive. All right, you got a deal. You give me a ship, I'll put whatever you want wherever it is. As long as it's not too far or too heavy. Or if I get better things to do that are more interesting and occupy my time.
And there's a long and just a long-winded pause.
Like if I gotta tote like some statues or something, I got like 7 dorks who are following me and making sure that I make it back to town safe. And they're gonna have questions. They're gonna be like, "What's this about?" And I don't feel like answering them. But if it's something I could just keep hidden,
Then don't answer. Don't worry. I can make it very subtle.
all right, sounds good to me.
And from that small point of light, there are 5 coins. They have like they're reddish, so they kind of have like this blood red hue to them. But when you look very closely at them, the investigation kind of like looking closely, you just kind of stare into it. It's almost like just staring into like a void. But it's only on like closer inspection.
Yeah, what do you call these doubloons?
Sure.
That's a little pirate joke. And then I'm gonna reach out and grab the coins.
There's nothing that stops you.
Where do I gotta put them? Is it like 5 different locations?
You will know if you come across them.
Okay, this isn't gonna be like a years long journey or something. I was hoping it was like 5 points in this cave, and then a portal opens up, and you step out of it to take over the world with an evil laugh. But then you turn around and say, "Thanks, bud," and you give him my ship, and then I get out of here, and I don't have to worry about what happens next.
I guess that depends on how quickly you move. And if you
Ugh.
stumble across particular locations quickly enough.
All right, so it's gonna take forever. Got it. Actually, I got a guy named Kaido. He's fast as the wind. Maybe I could, I don't know, talk to him into giving everybody a pep talk and picking it up the pace a little bit. You got to point me in a direction. Where's the first place we got to go?
You come across locations of extreme arcane potency. A rift, as some might call it, or an arcane foci. You need only place coins there. That is all I ask. And in return,
Interesting.
your
Mhm.
freedom from this world.
And freedom to explore the astral sea. I don't want to get stuck on another rock.
You will have your freedom.
Let's talk about quality of the ship. Because what if you gave me a clunker and it's good for 6 months, and I go on this adventure for like 3 years, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, it was worth it, so that I could, and then I'm just down and out almost immediately.
Whether it's a clunker or a massive vessel, changes nothing. It travels, it works.
No, I want to ride in style. If you're promising anything and everything, you got to give me the good stuff.
That can be arranged.
I mean,
You
if we're
will
being
travel
full
in
honest,
the
because like,
utmost of style.
yeah, exactly. There's no need for trickery here. Like, the bribes actually work. You know what I mean? I'll put 5 coins into 5 arcanic whatever ley lines, and then I get my boat.
That sounds like a deal to me.
Sounds like a deal to me.
Pleasure doing business with you.
All right.
And
See
then
you
the
later.
light fades.
Like, I have this like pause because I'm like, all right, when you talk to a particle of light that sprouts tentacles and eats your dogs, basically, and you've just agreed to do its evil bidding, what's the appropriate channel? Do you still look for loot around the corners, or you just be like, oh, I did what this cave's purpose was, and then you walk away? And I look at I think I've only got 1 mimic remaining
1,
because we
2.
started with 4, and I lost the little one in the fires, I think, or no, my new friends murdered my kid in front of me, I think, and then 2 just got eaten here. I think it's just me and the big boy.
1, 2,
All right,
3,
let's go
4.
find our friends and tell them we found nothing.
All right. So you head back out to everybody, probably hunkered around the campfire. Because you're able to find your way back pretty easily. I mean, it's kind of like a trail of death. Rodents and bats.
Now, were they at the fire, or were they coming to look for me?
Well, let's find out. What was the group doing?
Kaido, after Price said, why hasn't Max been back? Probably would like, do we want to go looking for him again? And depending on what they said, would depend on what they do. He'd do.
Having trouble unmuting. Kalia is.
Unmuting Kalia?
No, she's having trouble unmuting.
Oh.
She is on the phone. Phones do be a pain.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Better. Yeah, my buttons weren't working. Can you
Dang
guys
old
hear me?
buttons.
I can hear you.
Yeah. So, well, first, after the delicious meal is done cooking, I'll take everything off the fire and give Kaido a sample.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna roll a sleight of hand and see if he can, not let her see him not eat this.
I mean, wouldn't you want
He doesn't want to eat it.
So,
He's not
so
sure
deception
about it.
then?
like season?
Oh, not a sleight of hand, like making it look like he's eating it, but not actually eating it. That's
Yeah,
not
that would be-
sleight of
biting in
hand.
his hand,
That would be deception, because
Oh.
pulling
I thought-
a broccoli and toddler move.
Well, deception makes me think it's if you're outright
You're trying to
lying,
deceive
but
me.
sleight of hand, he's trying to hide the fact that he's not eating it.
isn't that also the term? I'll say sleight of hand or deception, because both are, because you are deceiving them into making it look
Yeah,
like
but
you're
he's
not doing
also
something
using
also.
his hands to make it look like he ate it, but then
Or
he
a
didn't.
performance as you have to smack your lips and stuff and
I don't
make
think
the
he would
appropriate noise.
make a performance out of it. He just make it look like he ate it. I'm gonna sleight of hand it. Oh, it's very obvious he didn't eat it.
I'll be like, "Oh, Kaito, here, you drop this.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, I totally didn't
Here.
mean to drop that.
Your hands are probably a little greasy. Here, I'll
Oh.
like reach up and try to like put it in your mouth."
he's gonna go back up. It's like you really don't need to do that.
Kaito's about to get baby birded.
You don't need to do that. He's gonna look over
Do
at
it for
Grace
him.
for help. Grace, help me.
Oh, airplane. Open for the airplane, Kaito. I'll be like, okay, if it'll make you feel better, here. And I'll go over to Price and be like, Price, you want some fresh roasted meat? It's seasoned.
That didn't fall on the ground, did it?
Oh, I mean, this one did, and I'll just put it to the side and I'll get him a fresh meat.
Thank you, Claudia.
When a druid is picky about the food hitting the ground.
Yeah, what kind of druid are you? It's just dirt.
I meld into stone. I don't eat it.
Here's a fresh piece. This one has not been on the ground.
When the DM thinks the druid should just eat dirt.
Fourth wall broken. Oh no, we're all doomed now.
Yeah, Price would grab. I'm picturing like a skewered kind of like kebab sort of style.
Yeah,
And yeah,
Yeah, like
so he'll grab
steak
one.
on a steak.
He'll well, I'm a druid, right?
Kaido's watching. He's like, has this look of you're not actually gonna eat that look on his face.
Yeah, I mean he would eat it.
But like,
Roll
see,
Constitution. No, I'm
Fine.
joking.
I made sure it was cooked through. I know how to cook meat.
Do you? Are you a cook now?
I mean, I was lost in the Feywild for a while, had to fend for myself. So yeah, I know how to cook meat.
Kaido's gonna be like watching Price, like quietly, like, is he okay? It's all good.
Well, I will say, I mean, I like the scene here, but the last thing that we were doing was checking the storm, and Price had mentioned a couple times, like, "Where's Max? We should look for Max." So
Yeah, and I said if Kaido, after you had said that, Kaido like, well, do we want to go looking for him again? And he would do depending on what they would say. And you didn't answer. I don't know if you're muted or not. And then Kalia went on about the rat
Oh.
again. He's like,
Well,
Well, I just got done cooking rations for everybody.
I thought
without
I
anybody
I
having
thought this would have been like a nice little, like so Max had been walking around for a while.
yeah.
So I'm thinking like both of these things are going on at the same time. So
Uh-huh.
we had the food and tried it, and that scene happened, and now I'm picturing maybe we go check on the storm, and I know it's happening
a little out of
opposite
order.
but yeah, but I feel like if Max was heading back and it had taken enough time there for him to look through multiple different alcoves and in parts of the cave and stuff, and we are checking the storm, and then we had a bite to eat, and we're like,
And
okay,
him
let's go
still
look for
not
Max.
being
I
back.
feel like
Yeah.
we would start heading to go look for him. I
Yeah.
don't know if he would have shown up by that point, or like, I guess that's up to Cubed as far as where we end up meeting.
But yeah, that makes sense. Get some food, check the weather, and then start our way down.
Yeah, because by that point, if he hadn't come back, if we had tried the food, checked on the storm, we looked around, and then we were like, hey, Max still isn't here. It makes sense that we would have all gone and looked for him.
So I mean, narratively, like either one is applicable. So if you guys want to meet up with Max, or if you want Max to meet up with you, because there's certainly,
Well,
I'm not exactly tracking things like minute by minute, so it's just kind of like
for sure.
if
How dare
narratively
you.
you guys want,
I guess.
oh yeah, by the way, it's been 10 minutes. Kaido, give me constant. No, just kidding.
Not the tissue. I didn't eat it.
So yeah, I guess it's up to Max then, potentially, because
Yeah,
I would
like,
have. I
is
think
he skipping
narratively
back?
it makes
Is he
sense. We
running?
would have gone to like go looking for him, and so if he wants to be back at camp, then it's like, oh, Max just walks around the corner. There he is, right here. We don't have to go anywhere. If that makes sense.
So I guess the question is, how is Max like hurriedly heading back, or is he just
No.
meandering?
No, I've been like hands in pockets. Like it was a slow walk there, and then also a slow walk back. So there's no sense of urgency or hurrying. So if they would rather kind of go there, like if they're looking to like explore the cave, we could do that. Or if they just want to like wait out the storm, we could do that. Either one.
I think it just makes sense. We would have gone and looked for Max if he didn't show up. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I would have intentionally taken my time so that if people were like, "Hey, let's go see if we could find him," they could catch up without like losing anything.
So in that case, somebody give me a survival check that's not Max.
I can do it if you want. Or Kalia can do it without saying a damn thing.
oh, she's muted.
I have a better plus than her, but 15's not bad.
Maybe Kali's having issues with the button again. Dang old buttons. With the 15, you'd find Max. He's hands in pocket, aviators on. Only one of his kids remaining.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3. Get 5.
Wait, what? Her survival check tells them that Max is back with only one child?
Oh, survival check. How you able to
Navigate the
find
cave, see
Max?
if you can find me.
Oh, okay.
I went through like
Okay.
Tracking.
reports.
I wasn't. I missed a couple steps in the sentences, and my brain did not connect them all. I only heard bits and pieces, so I needed to clarify. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? I just had to switch to putting it on my computer instead of my phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, sorry. I was like, I can get it. But yeah, I was muted and my buttons are I don't know what's up with the app on my phone. I know I need to do an update, so that's probably why.
I mean, the computer one sounds better.
Oh, does it? I don't have like a separate microphone, so wasn't sure.
But yeah, you come across Max on his way back.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Oh, not too much. Just came across some little balls of light that were singing to me in a dead girl's voice. And I sent my children to go investigate, and tentacles grabbed them and ate them. And now I'm back.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's pretty mortifying.
What do you mean?
Tentacles?
You
In fact, I don't
started it
think
with
I'm
not too
inconsolable.
much. That's a whole lot.
I mean,
I'm
you
just a
seem
really
pretty
cool and aloof
I'm
person.
not gonna.
calm.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I guess first of all.
Yeah, that's all right. All the pain's on the inside where you can't see it.
Well, we got to get it out of there. Here.
The only thing that could make me feel better would be my grandmother, but she's not here. She used to make me like hot chocolate, and she would skewer these little squirrels that we would catch in the backyard and cook them for me, and then
Kalia,
she
why
would
don't you
throw my
give
favorite
him a
blankie on top of
squirrel?
me that was made out of rat fur.
That's
Those are the
oddly
only things that could
specific.
cure me from this deep depression that I'm in.
That was oddly specific.
What about I don't know, like lightning to your heart?
I mean, that
Shock
sounds like
you
a
back?
viable option. And I'm just gonna
Shock-
grin at
shock-
Max.
Shock you back into. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Listen.
me too. And I'll hold out one of the skewers of rat or bat, you don't know.
Dad?
Be like, you can have one of these. Losing loved ones is never easy.
Give him a second. He had a chillin' call for him.
I was hoping that you were gonna go into song when I said "shock to your heart" because it's never too late.
Oh, see, I would, but my kids came in inside.
Told you he just had a chillin'.
Called it.
They were upset that somebody drank all the boiled custard, and we just bought it yesterday. It was me. I drank it all.
The
Are you
hell is
being Max in real
boiled
life?
custard?
It's like a better version of eggnog, but it doesn't taste like eggs, and it's got a little cinnamon in it. It's like a milkshake, but you can
Sounds really
only get
good.
it like for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Ooh, that reminds me. We have oat nog. So it's like an eggnog flavored oat milk. So if you can't do dairy, but it doesn't taste like non-dairy. It's really crazy good. But they only sell it in limited quantities every year. So anytime now that we've had it, when we see it at the store, we get like 4 of them because they're shelf stable. So
Nice.
anyway.
So
Yeah, I after we teased you, or well, Price was lovingly suggesting shocking you with some lightning, and I was like, just kidding. I offered you a skewer of meat, roasted meat, to help you feel better. And I was trying to not commiserate, but be empathetic. It's hard to lose loved ones.
Yeah, I mean,
hey,
we're just
Hey,
down to the
buddy.
one now.
maybe I don't know. Maybe you could use this. Price takes off the flower that he got from Carissa, and he just reaches up and hands it over to Max.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
He's gonna stab it and watch it die in
No.
his hands.
No, I'm gonna put it in my hair.
Hey,
That cheers me up a little bit.
it looks real good with the aviators.
Right? By the way, did anybody else see that dragon earlier?
Oh yeah,
Dragon again?
there's one. I think at least one flying around.
I just couldn't remember if I mentioned it or not. And the little balls of light with tentacles that come out of them.
Well, you did
Nope.
say that. Should we do something about that?
That's kind of my question. Do we want to go investigate? Do we have the vendetta against the tentacles? Or should we just leave well enough alone?
We've been attacked by tentacles before.
That never bodes well.
So it's not like a
True.
localized threat.
I mean, they're generally pretty evil.
No, I meant like it's not just indigenous to this cave. It's all over.
I mean, if it's the same tentacle stuff.
How many tentacles could it be?
I mean, I am not a tentacle expert, so your guess is as good as mine.
Thinking of tentacle experts, I'm gonna put my finger in my mouth again and then hold it up into the air. Yeah, the storm's almost over. We got an hour and a half.
And
I'm
you're
just gonna
so
cock
supposed
my
to be
head.
4 hours.
I'd be like, wait, how does that have anything to do with tentacle experts?
I don't know. Tentacles are
The
like
hell is a
appendages
tentacle expert?
similar to fingers.
Oh, fair. Yeah, I can see it.
You know what'd be interesting? You ever met somebody who had a beard made of tentacles? Actually, it's not tentacles, it's tendrils, which are a little bit different. They don't have the suckers on them.
Well, that's a
Oh.
good point.
Wait. Haven't we dealt with tentacles from something before?
Yeah, a
Is that
few times.
weird?
Why is it in the cave?
I mean, it's the tentacles we've dealt with before were interdimensional, so they could probably show up anywhere.
Well, that seems like a decision for the team leader to decide on. And I look at Bald.
We have a team leader.
Yeah, that was my assumption from the get-go that he was the leader.
We don't really have a leader. And technically, they're just working for the 10. I'm the only one working for the guild. They're
Oh,
just
so you got an issue with democracy all of a sudden.
democracy. What?
That's what I thought. Bald, should we go into the cave and fight the tentacles, or should we see if the storm's better?
I'm just gonna have my arms folded, kind of a foot tapping. Be like, yes, Val, what do you think we should do?
I think we should
yeah,
go.
it's Bob. Nope, that sounds like too much democracy for Max.
You mean for you? You're the one who shot it down. I elected this new leader.
You don't just elect a
Unopposed.
new
I'll
leader.
be like, aha. I'm like, so you admit it's a different leader? No,
He's
actually,
the leader from
had
the
a
get-go.
leader.
good idea. Valt's pretty good at leading stuff.
But we've been all working together. I didn't think any of us needed to be a leader.
But if it was going to be anyone, I'm glad it's Bald.
He's just gonna get squinted at, but he's not gonna argue further.
Bryce is gonna nudge Vald probably in like the hip. Hey, at least he knows your name.
Yeah, that's true.
I've never got Bald's name wrong, actually.
So, do we think this is a big enough threat we need to take care of?
Well, my
Not
thought
really.
is if we can't leave anyway, because we just, I mean, we just
Kill-
looked and it
Kill
was
some
still
time.
storming like crazy. So we could go sit around a fire, or
I mean, we could
Risk our
take a look
lives
around
for no
the cave a bit.
reward.
fight some stuff. And
Yeah, and if we just sit around a fire, it could come after us. You never know.
That's true. And what if there are, other creatures to be saved?
you said it wasn't just tentacles; it was pretending to be some creepy dead lady.
She
Yeah, that
wasn't
sounds-
creepy.
Ultra creepy.
You didn't you say creepy? Like old and decrepit and
That doesn't sound like
Fed
any
you
words
nasty
I've ever
things?
used about anyone.
you've called me old before.
Are you not?
Well, you said okay.
He said okay a lot.
I'm just being descriptive.
I am too. What do you mean? Right? Old creepy lady that you said
Now
is
this
dead.
this was the young dead girl.
A young dead girl.
Yeah,
So it's okay.
fresh out the
So-
coffin,
Being is that not weird?
newly dead. Some people call it.
Recently
Yeah.
died young girl?
I mean,
Mhm.
how did you know
Hey,
that
Max,
they recently died?
uh,
Did you kill them,
Do
Max?
you have something to admit to us?
I'm just judging based on the quality of her voice.
Mhm.
Not the fact that you knew exactly who this person was?
Correct.
and how they might have died at a young age?
I don't even know if they're actually dead, but I assume if the void creature is using their voice, I think the rule is they have to be dead for them to imitate them.
Oh, so you know it is a void creature. So it sounds like you actually have a pretty good idea of what you ran into.
Yeah, it's some kind of smoke monster. I don't know. I'm a little bit lost.
Haha.
Nice one.
Well, it's definitely something I'd hate for any of us to die and or stand around in a purgatory of sorts. So we might as well either get going and check out the caves or stay here. Go back to camp.
Sounds great.
So of the two options, sounds great, huh?
That's a
Yep.
great idea.
What's
That's also what I was gonna
option
do.
two? Yes.
I don't know
think
which idea is
those
the better
are
one. They're
The
both great.
options.
Tell them to me again,
Democracy
Talia.
at its finest.
So hold on. Are you telling me horse brushes cost $10? Sorry. Sorry.
Wait, what?
That's a very exclusive reference.
Why do you need a horse brush?
Brush
But
your
you're a
horse.
centaur, right? Don't you need a brushing from time to time? We could go explore the cave if you guys want to fight some tentacles, or we could just sit and wait. Hey, that's a good idea. Those seem like our options.
Those are both good options. Now who's on first?
What's on
What?
second?
Exactly. All right, here.
How do we ever get any work done?
I
Well,
don't think we
normally
do.
the person who was attempting to lead you guys would help to make an executive decision, but you don't want her opinion anymore, so she's letting you guys figure it out.
What?
Bald?
Yeah, Vald, what do you think we should do? I'm liking this no responsibility thing.
Oh, well, you're.
Um,
He's gonna
I
lean
think
over
we
to
should-
Bald real quick. Oh,
We
Bald,
should
I
fight
think I
things
need to
because
tell you.
fighting things is fun.
He's whispering to Bald. Bald, I have something I really need to tell you.
I like fighting things.
I'm
Fighting's
not-
fun.
All right, explore the caves it is. Good choice, fearless leader.
Okay.
It sounds
fine.
like a party, and I like to
Ignore
party.
him. It's fine.
I don't think
Alright.
anyone heard you, Seiji.
Yeah, I don't think he heard me.
Price is holding his cloak out. So normally it's just kind of like billowing and like flapping, but he's almost kind of like Naruto run stance, but he's holding his cloak like out behind him, just fully extended, kind of like Batman-esque. And he's just gonna be just running ahead, just toward whatever these tentacle monsters are.
All right.
Bryce
So
has got the right idea. Let's go.
going into the cave. Now you guys don't need the token because I get to move you onto the board. Leah. Hold. Kaito.
So Bald really isn't gonna respond.
I think
Bryce.
Kaito was trying to say something, Val.
Yeah, he was whispering to Bald,
can you-
but he kept
can you hear
not.
me?
Yeah, but could you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because you responded. I never heard you really respond to
Well, I
him.
did. Yeah, I was. I even checked my mute. So I don't know.
I heard you saying about you wanted to fight stuff and whatnot. And he's like, but that what's that got to do with what I need to tell you? And then I never heard an answer to that.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh. Yeah, he said, I have something really important to tell you. And then you answered, I really like to fight things. And he's like, what's that got to do with what I have to tell you?
No, that's what I was saying. I don't think anyone heard you. I heard you say something, but it was
Uh.
really, really low. I don't think anyone else picked it up.
Yeah, all I heard you say
Thanks.
was
I leaned over to tell Val something, and that's all I heard.
And then I said it.
But
Thanks,
that's what I'm
Mike.
saying. I didn't hear. Yeah, I didn't hear anything else.
All right. Well, I have something important to tell you, Bald.
Okay.
Now, this was while you were distracted looking at, I don't know, maybe you were taking a nap for an hour? I don't know what you were doing.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
took a short rest.
Oh, I was resting so I could resync with my normal weapon.
Well, I'm still whispering to Bald. He's like, I'm pretty sure Kalia's into you.
Oh, thank you for letting me know.
No, it's like, seriously, she wants to kiss you, man. You might want to get on that.
You might want to get on. We're-
And I am totally
we-
clueless to the whole conversation.
He's just whispering.
No, I just think it's hilarious.
Kaito Wing Manning.
Yes, he
Yeah.
Does Bob say anything back?
I said yes, thank you.
Oh, he said that after you said that part.
What?
Did you say
What?
yes,
Like,
thank you twice?
Well, yeah, because
He's got, all right. He's just gonna give you a couple pats in the back, like you got this, and he's gonna go to wherever they're going, whatever we're doing.
I'm about to fight something. What do you want me to do?
He's focused on
All right.
fighting, not flirting.
Before we go and put our lives at risk, thanks for the info. By
Hey,
the
you
way,
gotta
she has
live.
a cra-
Your life is short.
It's like, hey, nudge, nudge. All right, I know we're about to go and probably die, but that chick over there, she totally has a crush on you.
We might die, so you should get on that. Leave the centaur man alone. He's not very bright.
His heart's in the right place.
All right, so you walk in here, and let's see, I think Max would be the only one that would notice this. And I won't even make you do a check because you were like literally just here not even a few minutes ago. The cave seems different from when you walked in here. The stone seems, a little more like cracked and old. The air is still a bit of I had the word that damp, like settled old cave air that you'd so expect in most caves. But it's different in that it kind of feels a little more like maybe a little more pressure than before. But that's just upon the preliminary re-entering of this particular area. Maybe it's like it's a little warmer than it was before.
All right, so I'll take a step out and I'll bend down and I'll grab some like pebbles off the ground and I'll inspect them and then I'll slowly let them just like one at a time drop back to the ground. And then I'll lick my fingertips and then I'll swish my spit around in my cheeks and then I'm gonna spit it back on the ground and go,
Yep, this is exactly how I left it.
Meanwhile, Price is Naruto running into the cave.
The tentacle monsters that ate my babies went to the left.
Is it just me, or is everything in black and white?
Dark vision.
dark vision's the black and white stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just weird because when I was looking at Max in here when he with his dark vision, viewing him, everything was in color. So it must be
Probably
because
'cause they were
Max opened
looking
with
through the rune, I think.
So his is
Well,
because
yeah.
he has a light source.
Oh yeah, that.
So
But I
a
thought
light,
he
a
also
light
had
source.
AV.
So when you
Yeah,
have
but
a
I
light
also-
source, it shows
Yeah, no, that
everything
makes sense.
like full color, but dark vision is usually like black and white, kind of like like night vision.
Dark
I
vision's
had a
gonna give me.
torch. Is it active? 'Cause I don't see shit anywhere.
Dark vision still has you at a disadvantage because if you're in the dark using dark vision, it's dim. So you're going to have like
Yeah.
disadvantage on perception checks and stuff. So it's still good to have the lamp even with the dark vision. And then it turns dim light into bright light. So if I have a lantern and it extends out 45 feet past the 15, so if I can see up to 60 feet out, then I see the dim as bright because of dark vision. So I can have a 60-foot radius of like bright light.
That makes sense.
Oh, I know why. Hold on. I think that's adjusting lighting. Find the lamp.
Be right
Where's the
back.
lamp? Didn't you link the lamp a minute ago? Okay.
Yeah, in Wednesday table talk.
I can actually see again.
Oh, okay. That's where it was.
There, I'll put Kaido next to Vald because he just whispered to him.
15/45. That's weird.
'Cause I didn't realize you were actually on the map. I didn't see shit.
Yeah.
Blind horseman noises.
15:30. It is. That's interesting. 15-foot dim. 30. 15 radius and dim of 30. 15. 30. Okay. That's just weird. But whatever. It's a lamp. So I'm just fixing lighting. So it's bright 15 and then dim for 30. Update. Check his token. It's not differentiating. I don't know why. All right. Lighting fixed.
Hooray!
It's because I gave Max the vision, but not a light source, so that's why it was gray to other people. Five, 10, 15. Calculating this right.
Is my vision working correctly?
Yours broken too? I swear, this like resets every time, and I don't even touch you guys' stuff. Yep, it's reset to 0. 120. Basic dark vision.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Vision 60. Dark vision. Vision. Which probably means prices tokens probably messed up too. Hold on. Vision 20. Nope, that's right. Okay, prices is fine. Kite. Bald. Okay. Well, until the next time that I have to reset everybody's vision. So Price, you have run in and turned to the left. And for the most part, there's nothing unassuming. Or it's unassuming, so there's really nothing that stands out until you turn this corner and there is a very noticeable heat that is emanating from this area. And just checking if this is breaking line of sight or not. Oh, shouldn't be a wall there. Okay. And you would notice that there are symbols carved into the floor, and they seem to be carved in like this reddish hue, and it's very warm coming from this area. You get the feeling that the source of this heat are these runes.
Am I able to read them?
They are arcane, so think of a ritual circle.
Okay. Was it like in the middle of this area here?
Yep.
I'd probably just see that and walk over and try and let's see. So
And the
he
runes are
doesn't see
like
any
right there.
tentacles or anything.
Nope. Let me draw some.
Well, if it looks like a ritual circle or runes in that regard, I guess try and do an Arcana check.
Actually, I'll just draw like a circle. Let's see. I was drawing some symbols for you. 18.
Yeah.
This is some kind of a summoning ritual. There's nobody here, but the second you step close to it, it flashes with a blinding light. It goes from like red to white. It's like, almost like a flashbang. And since you have dark vision and you're in the dark, it's probably a pretty sizable, from dark mode to light mode in a single click. And from it, you see, as your vision, returns, sort of, kind of.
Price is like, not again.
An image. I will unhide a token. And I'll get an image for you. Which I hate having to go through all these steps to show them the token, but here it is. And you see this humanoid figure with this like reddish skin tone. Pretty muscular actually, but its body is surrounded and wrapped in chains that just all over the place, like from his waist, his legs, around his arms, but some of these chains seem like they animate. And it looks directly at you.
Oh.
No.
And we will roll for initiative next time. I'll just move it here for clarity. And to that,
Oh,
voting for inspiration. As we are at our time limit. So we will start with... Let's start from bottom to top. Price.
Let's see.
Holy crapoli. It's a spicy. 19 months. Thank you for the sub-Aruni. I appreciate you. You the man. You the man. 19 freaking months. Holy crap.
I guess realistically,
It's gonna get spicy.
going back
Extremely
to the very
delayed.
beginning of the session, Kaito had the survival check, I believe, to sense this storm coming in. So, kind of more or less, the reason that we made it to, and I think also found the cave.
Yeah.
So,
That's because I
yeah,
+4 to my survival.
I think I'll go for Kaito for not only sensing the incoming storm, but finding us some shelter and yeah, more or less just making sure everyone's safe.
Hmm.
Well,
I
yeah.
vote Max for nominating me as leader.
Wow.
Max is over here buying votes.
I want to make a political joke about that, but I also don't really
Yeah,
want to bring
we'll
politics
keep it
into
in
this.
D&D, I guess. I said it, and then I was like, probably shouldn't have said that.
I'm gonna vote Price for being willing to eat my rat that I did not want to eat. Took it one for the team.
Hey, my rat and bat skewers were delicious.
Kind of will just take your word for it.
Yeah.
I vote for the leader, Bald. Couldn't have made it here without him.
Stuck up. Oh gosh, something stuck there.
Everyone has a vote except for Kalia. Kalia is literally the tiebreaker.
Just wait till Max meets Gan.
Right.
They'd
Well,
be
see,
best
this is
friends.
tough.
Mm-hmm.
Or
They
wait until
get
Gan
along.
meets it. All right. Well, see, this is tough because I get to choose between our, survival savior, Kaito, or Vald of, the Great Butt, which Price,
He
I know.
stole your
back me up.
job. He took your job.
I was actually I was thinking Kaito, actually for the same thing, because like you really came in clutch and found a cave for us to all hole up in during the storm. And you're kind of becoming also like the den mother of the group. So you're like, okay, one of ours is missing. Let's go find them. So good job. Thank you.
Okay. Price, do you have inspiration?
Yeah.
Oh, Val, do you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Kalia, do you?
I do not.
Take it. I have my
All right.
Yep, y'all are getting close to that
Recap.
inspiration cap because you're gonna have another one at the start of next session. And then you can't
And that's
accumulate
when
any more.
Max will get it. Okay, Max, I hope you took good notes. You're
Dead
doing
last.
the recap next season.
Well, you didn't use an inspiration. Oh, Kaito got it today. Okay.
Yeah. Which is why I just was giving my new one away. So there you go, Max. You just gotta do the recap on next Wednesday. So remember everything. I know you
Oh,
can
we'll
do
have
it.
Monty do the recap.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go, Monty. Monty's not even here.
Huh?
Monty's not
What?
here to do the recap.
What do you mean Monty's not here?
Details.
Well, he's here. He's just
Wow.
somewhere.
Do you hear that, Monty? You're invisible to Kaito.
No, he's not. He's very not.
All right.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a good one. And I have no idea what this thing is.
You're deaf by the seam of it. Did any of us actually see you go that way?
Yeah, you
So
ran.
the reason I ran that way, I was like we met up with Max, and Max basically said there's tentacle things around Big Bald. Our leader said that we're gonna go fight stuff, and then Max said that he came across something off to the left, so and then everyone probably just watched Price run off like a goofball.
Price is angling to become leader next session.
A literal ball of goof.
Yeah, it's not how I'm gonna recap it next week.
You know, I was tempted to vote for Max for sacrificing his children, but then I'm like, that's not something
Right?
to reward someone for. So that's why I voted for.
Yeah,
Rude.
don't egg him on. Next, it's going to be sacrificing party members.
I mean,
Only after I
technically,
run
he's
out of
already
mimics.
tried.
Technically, he does that already. Yeah. Like, oh, that's a giant thing that you're gonna have trouble like killing. Well, good luck.
Just left
I just
Kaido
believe
to
in my
fight a
team.
streamy thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, person we just met, just jump over the lava into the water.
Yeah.
You can do it. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks
And
again.
happy
Thank
Turkey Day.
Yes,
happy
happy
holidays.
Thanksgiving to our U.S. friends.
All right. Well, to that point, we're gonna wrap it up there. So that was fun. Bit scatterbrained, but you know, holidays. So yeah, let's see. Well, glad to have you guys around. Glad to have you guys check things out. Hopefully, you had fun as much as we did. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I'm probably gonna stream tomorrow anyway. For those of you who don't really celebrate it, you know. So I mean, unless anything comes up, I'll probably be just doing the usual 6 o'clock Pacific tomorrow, most likely. But like I said, I might get pulled away, but expect the usual. Yeah, so we do this every week, Wednesdays at 5:30 Pacific. We started a little bit late today, but technical issues and people had to get leveled up. Oh, that reminds me, I got to tell Vault to level. Crap. Oh, he did. Okay, good. Yeah. So to that point, I hope you all have a good evening. Thank you for the subaroonie. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all you nerds out there. My favorite kind of people. And if you're watching this on the Ubles Tubles, it's probably well beyond Thanksgiving, but you know, hopefully you had a good one. And we do this on Twitch. I pretty much exclusively stream on Twitch for now. And yeah. Twitch TV/2Cubed222. So otherwise, I think as far as social media things, I got my Blue Sky set up, so I'll probably get a link to that somewhat shortly. Hopefully, if I remember. And yeah. I guess until next time. Bye. You need 9 more minutes? Until next time.